Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 551.
Back at it, buddy. And back with the intro. Because I got it wrong.
No, buddy.
I fucked it wrong. No, I got it wrong.
It's fine.
I got it wrong. It's better with the energy, you know?
Just experimenting with things,
Well, like, sometimes you got to lick a man's ass,
yeah.
right? And sometimes you got to do
You
it.
got to find out what you like. You don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Tastes like a D battery.
it's like Seth didn't know he liked eating
Spicy.
butt
Yeah.
until he did it the first time.
I was always infatuated with it. I've always thought to myself, what is that going to taste like?
I'd like
Really?
first
You
thing,
know it's gonna taste like.
first thing Seth said, I was always fascinated.
Okay, well, to my defense, I lied to you on the way here. I just woke up. Like,
I knew it.
I know.
I knew
I
it.
just woke up. I was awake all night till like 4 in the morning watching Full House.
Oh,
Wow.
You
Like
could have said
episode
eating
upon
butt.
episode. No, I did that, and then I started watching Full House.
Yeah, nothing cleanses the
hours.
palate from butt like
Yeah.
Full House.
I
Like
actually
a
had
sherbet.
I had a note.
Yeah, it's like a sorbet.
I got a little nervous last night though because of this possible infection we'll talk about later. So my nose was in butt. So immediately after,
You put your nose in someone's butt?
well the way it was.
The way it's shaped?
It was doggy style, so my nose was down there and it was like in.
I
it was
like
like
to
getting
do
up
that.
on my-
I
it was
like to
getting
do
up on
that.
my-
Hold on, fist bump. I like to do
I
that
can reach
too.
you.
Come on.
I like to do
But-
that too.
But immediately I went into my bathroom, sudsed up some dial soap, and went all over my nose and eyes because I'm freaking out.
Yellow
about
or white
everything now.
dial?
What is it?
White. Oh, it's
White
the
dial?
pure.
White
it's
dial.
the
Seems
white.
like it's worth it.
What's freaking you out about poo-poo nose?
I don't know if I might.
Write that down.
I've been putting.
Write down a Rudolph parody song, please, and I will get on. I will do that this afternoon. So a long day for me, but hey, you're gonna get some goodness out
The
of
doctor said I could be reinfecting myself over and over again with staphylococcus that's in my nose.
So his doctor said that you're getting too much poo-poo in your nose?
I could be.
Who says that?
it. You've been eating
Well,
too much butt,
he
and
didn't-
you have poo-poo nose.
He didn't
sir.
specifically say poo-poo nose, but he said I could have staph. I could be a carrier, and it could be in my nose. So every time I clear a staph infection up from me, like if I had my nose around, I could just wipe it and just and get them. I do this a lot. It's not rocket, you know. So
Oh, God.
well, I train a lot, and it just gets.
So wait, you eat butt and then you blow the turd?
No,
Come on, no.
Why are we
too-
starting out with this?
Well, I mean, it's for
been a while
holidays.
since I've been
Tom.
on. It's been a while.
It's what you do.
Put in a washcloth.
Mary Shitman.
You've never from the back.
No,
gone
no,
it's
in?
the
not
best.
that
It's like
adventurous.
2 big handles you hold on.
Yeah,
to.
it is. I kind of
We
like
just
it
talked
too.
about you got to experiment.
Yeah, you just said that.
Yeah, well,
Oh, it's fun.
And I just said I got it wrong, and I think that this isn't wrong.
you need all the test tubes to do the correct experiments. I don't get it.
I don't know what that means.
I
don't know what
my
you're
nose,
saying.
well, my nose was in a tube.
Oh,
Oh my God! Well, hey, welcome to the show, everybody. It is show number Samantha
551.
551 of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan. That's Tom. I didn't even
Samantha's
let
here.
you talk. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
No,
to do
no,
that.
fine.
Dan.
Tom. Travis is here. Seth Petrozelli is here. We got a lot to talk about. But first, I want to thank everybody for buying those scratch-off tickets.
Unbelievable, dude.
Because we sold
That's
out
the
on
coolest
Monday.
fucking thing I've ever seen. That put me in the holiday spirit.
Yeah. And I didn't expect that. In fact, me and Daniel have
I
been
was
sweating
a
it.
massive doubter of every one.
I don't know
was
why.
confident the entire time, and rightfully so.
Tony was too. And,
Yeah,
I was just like, man, this is holiday season. I know, like, it's all for charity, but we want to sell 1,000. That's a lot. Like,
is a lot.
It's not just a couple hundred. And we sold 1,000 over the weekend and raised over $5,000 for Yellow Brick Road Foundation. So our goal of over 10 for the end of the year is accomplished.
we did it.
So and thank you.
We're fucking heroes.
To all the BDMs, because the BDMs surged it at first.
I'm going to need some letters from children written in crayon sent here to me that I can hang up. I can post on Instagram. Look what I do.
I know he didn't do it for the plug, but I'll go ahead and plug Corey from All Pro Dent Repair because he bought 100 right off the bat.
Yeah.
And
Good man.
I've used his company. It's great if you got any scratches, dents, like maybe you rims.
This is what I asked for Christmas.
Yeah. He repaired the rims from curbing them so much on my WRX.
And then you recurbed them.
That's
my favorite part.
I'll be
Keeping them in business.
I'll be bringing them back before I turn in my lease, so I don't get nailed for that.
Yeah.
But All Pro Dent Repair and Corey.
What were you?
I took a black marker to mine one time.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not that bad, I'm all for that. Especially until you need to either turn it in, or if you're gonna keep it, why not? But mine's so bad, and I did it one day arguing with my wife on the phone. So mad.
Also, I'll plug the fact that our BDM Christmas party is tomorrow. All BDMs know the details of that. And I will say that if you're not a BDM, you could sign up at tomandan.com. We've got a bunch of things planned for next year. We're really going to focus on BDM-only parties because, like, we did our anniversary party, and we're not going to do another one until maybe we get to 15 or 20 or whatever. But, and we're
at least we're saying,
excuse
me, we're saying that.
Well, we're going to keep our like staple events being like the Beer Fest, Sofa and Suds in November, and then try to do just BDM events throughout the year. So if you're not a BDM, you go ahead and sign up on tomandan.com. There's a love meter. You could pick your rate from $159 to $1059. So thank you to all the BDMs who helped us. And if you want to sign up, go ahead. And we got some tumblers, wine tumblers, some headbands on our merch site. If you want to order for Christmas, I think next week is the cutoff for getting it before Christmas. So, Seth.
Sir.
A couple things. One, I couldn't make it to your birthday party, which I felt bad about. It's
you should.
Did you really?
Do you feel bad about that, or every other thing I invite you to that you can't make it to?
No, usually you text me on Saturday morning like, hey, me and the bros are going out to party in downtown. We're gonna really butt fuck. I don't know what you said.
We're gonna go all get shit nosed tonight.
Shit nose is the butt fuck.
I'm just like you want me to go out with you at 11:30 on a Saturday? I'm like, I got kids. I'm not interested.
And you got a wife that takes care of
so just and then for your birthday,
tongue in the slit, nose in the shit, bro. You like that? You were like,
I'm gonna think of that.
We were coming back from our Thanksgiving tradition, going out riding four-wheelers at Croom, so I couldn't make it on Sunday, but Daniel went.
I did go.
And he reported back to me.
I got seated with a crazy Russian. I love that guy.
I want to get the Russian in
He's
here.
He's a psychopath.
Roman. Oh, he's nuts.
Yeah, he is absolutely insane.
So
he'll go out and butt fuck with us. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he absolutely will. Because a whole day he's like, I listened to you for a long time. Big fan.
Well, before he even went and talked to you, he's like, Seth, is that Daniel from the show? I'm like, yeah, that's him. He's like, I sit next to him. I'm like, you're sitting next to him. He's like,
yeah, he was awesome.
He's like, you have to tell him who I am. And I'm like, he'll know who you are.
Look at this video. This is me lifting weights in snow with guys dressed in bear suits.
yeah, you showed me all that. We got to get the crazy Russian on.
Yeah, but no, Seth said no. You said he was too crazy.
I'm stealing my limelight.
No. All right. We'll see if the crazy Russian.
I'm joking. We can bring Roman in here, of course. He just got his black. I don't know if you saw my post on Instagram.
No.
Congratulating the new black belt, but Roman got his new black belt.
Oh, that's awesome because I know how much that meant to him.
Yeah, 9 years it took him.
I mean, jiu-jitsu.
That's normal for
jiu-jitsu. Yeah,
8 to 10 years.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu. It takes like a lifetime to. I mean, you're always all the guys that I know that do it. They're all like, yeah, I've been doing it 20 years. I'll get there.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah.
I'm sure. And if you take breaks, it takes longer, obviously.
What's the fastest you could do? Could you do it like 2 years if you really?
The fastest anyone has ever done it, I think, is BJ Penn.
We talked about this at the party.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, actually, we were arguing back and forth.
Yeah, we talked about this at the party, and then they're all like discussing it. Who was the guy sitting next to your left, bearded?
That's Josh Woods. That's my best friend, Josh.
Yeah, well, that guy looks like he can fuck somebody up too, because he like.
Yeah.
Not really. Oh, all right.
He can.
But he knew all the stats. Like he's like, yeah, I think this one guy did it in like 7 years or something like. Or
Oh, you're talking about Tiago, the Brazilian, my jiu-jitsu instructor.
That guy.
That's Tiago. Oh,
he looks like he can fuck somebody
he can
up.
fuck somebody up.
Yeah, you can tell.
He's like, my
never-
friend ain't doing shit.
I never know. Josh can for sure. But
Oh, I
Tiago-
know your friend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
I
Woods.
know.
You know Woods.
I know your friend.
My wrestling
The
partner.
other guy that was behind
That's
you with
Tiago.
like kind of bearded
That's Tiago.
but silently, you could just look at that guy and tell that he could pop your fucking head off.
Yeah.
And
Usually
he's not massive. He's not a huge
no, he's
dude.
not. But he feels I've traveled and trained with people all around the world. He's probably the toughest guy on the ground I've ever gone with in my life.
Really?
The toughest.
Yeah, you could see it.
Oh,
I don't
they're
know what
toughest.
that is. I don't know if it's just a confidence, the way that he carries himself, but
usually you could see it in the ears.
His hands aren't that bad.
I'm just saying,
no,
I'm
his
just
hands
saying
aren't that bad.
Well, I mean that's a number one sign for me. It's like, oh, the ear, don't mess with that guy.
I mean, there's only
Plus
a
he's-
couple.
that guy's gonna
Plus,
ears.
he's a lot of fun. Go to Vegas. He's a crazy guy.
Oh, is he good?
Yeah, he's nuts.
One day, I would, if I ever, well, it's going to happen because I keep wishing it on myself. But when I get my terminal illness that I'm hoping for,
Yeah.
I want to go all to Vegas. I want to party with you guys and just see how, I mean, I probably couldn't even stand half the night. I'm such a lightweight.
Yeah, well, you use cocaine and all the uppers.
cocaine.
Yeah.
Like that UCF student that they said was blindfolded and forced to do cocaine. I was like, oh my God, what are they doing to this poor child?
95% of the nights usually ends up with the guys that don't get a girls watching the guys with the girls bang and jerking off, watching them do it. That's pretty much what it ends up doing.
Okay, so
no, like yeah, right
so
there.
I get my terminal illness,
Yeah.
and we fly to Vegas, and then I'm married, so I'm not gonna cheat on my wife. So you guys get girls, and then we go back to the hotel room, and I stand in the corner and I jack off while you guys are fucking your girls.
Yes.
Oh, sound like a
Would your
birthday
wife
party.
be okay with that? With you jacking off to live sex?
Would you like to call her? Because I actually believe. Let's do a bet. Let's go around the room. I think she'd be okay with
I
it.
think she'd be okay with it because she has to be.
I think she'd be okay with
Well,
it.
is this with the terminal illness? I feel like that will give you a pass, but when on a normal Saturday,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so there's two bets here. One bet is I'll send you the numbers.
terminal
Sam.
illness. I'm going with she'll be fine with it. Normal Saturday, I'll be like, nah. I bet she'll be like,
I forgot. Was she okay with the rub and tug at the massage?
we
We can
talked about
ask her
that.
again. I always forget. I feel like we do this all the time.
So this is a normal question you go to?
Yeah, I feel like in this case, even without terminal illness, I feel like she'd be okay with it.
All right.
It's a no and a no from Doc.
All right, Doc Ock says no. What about you, Tom?
Well, my wife would be okay
Yeah.
with it. I mean, it's one of those things that I think it's
No
like,
way would she be okay
It's
with
a,
it.
it's a tough ask.
But
I'd
you're
have
not,
to,
you're not
have to
cheating.
ask at the right
you're
time.
not cheating at all.
It's like
No,
watching
no.
porn, just live porn.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's what I said anyway when I was doing it.
It's like getting seats for the Magic instead of watching it on
It's a little
Sunshine
weird
Network.
when it's your friends, though.
No, it's funnier when it's your friends.
So you're laughing while you're jacking
Oh,
off?
we're fucking with them as they're jacking. This has happened numerous times, by the way.
I feel like I want.
Papahara.
We're
I want a partition, or like I need to peek out of the closet.
Yeah,
I don't want to be
wanna look
over
at your eyes.
Yeah, I don't want to be just sitting there in the room.
Wait, can you turn around and look at me?
Wait, what?
Like if you're going at it, could you like turn and look
Oh
at
yeah,
me?
we like throw things at each other.
That happened at
Girls are you?
That happened at his pizza party
Yeah.
birthday. At his pizza party birthday, 5 minutes into it, and the guy's getting orders, and Seth's shooting spitballs in people's eyes and girls'
Goddamn
titties.
child.
He's shooting spitballs in
It was
girls'
my
cleavage.
birthday. I wanted to have fun. I was depressed already.
You also mentioned that you were the only
sent it to you,
person
Sam.
eating pasta at the Italian restaurant.
Yeah, everybody else, no drinking, by the way. I'm the big fat piece of shit drinking beer. They're all looking at me like, oh, there's a fucking narp over here. And I get
who
like,
invited the narp?
I get baked ziti, and they're like, everyone's like, what? Baked
Why
ziti
even
at an Italian restaurant? How fucking dare you? And then this guy just had a plate of, it was chicken cacciatore, but it was just chicken and veggies. And I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Why even go to an Italian restaurant?
Because
Everybody.
I like it's the atmosphere.
Yeah, you like the fake
I like the
plastic
fake
plants
I like
with the
the fake-
dust all over him,
Yeah,
and
it's
the old man with a tattoo on his arm, spilling the lemons everywhere.
He said that I want to wish you a happy birthday. It's
She
great
doesn't
having
want
you.
to talk to you. She forwarded it to his voicemail.
Really? Wow. My God. Is she in the chat
she
room?
listening?
That could have gone sour.
Also, Daniel, you mentioned that Seth's girlfriend thought you were the comical old grandpa.
Yeah, I think
No, she
I think
did
she
not.
thought I was funny grandpa. Is what I said to Tom because she made a comment that like a younger, cute, and attractive woman would make to like an old grandpa. When I was meeting her, you introduced me, and I'm like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." And she's like, "You can sit next to me. I don't bite." And that's what you would say to an old, funny grandpa.
Were you alive before the internet?
Tell me about flip phones, Grandpa.
Yeah. You didn't have cell phones? Like it was like the black and white TV.
Yeah, I found out a couple nights ago she doesn't know a lot about the stuff. I should have known this, I guess.
About
but-
the show?
Well, I was no, not about the show, just about stuff that when I grew up, obviously, because she's way younger than me. So I was watching. I put the top 25 best child intros in the 80s, like child cartoons of the 80s. Something.
Would you put it at his bait?
No, what? No, I was in bed depressed, and this raised my spirits, like listening to He-Man and like the
I was
Fraggle
gonna
Rock.
check on you. I knew you would be depressed. I said it in the car to the guys, didn't I?
Yeah.
I told you guys. I said we should check on him because this whole grappling match deal.
Yeah.
Can we talk about
Well,
that?
yeah, I'm going to
we
mention
can
that.
talk
By the
about
way, Fraggle Rock, the actual Fraggles.
I thought Fraggle Rock
were,
sucked.
Were they
but
in the old man's walls at his house?
Underneath.
Underneath the house.
They're
yeah.
underneath the
Yeah.
house.
the burrowing underneath.
Oh, that
The
old
subfloor is fucking.
He's gonna fall into a sinkhole like that. Like that.
especially how
Family Guy.
big. Especially how big they are.
Yeah.
Wait, those the big things are the houses they lived in, right? Those big.
yeah, Seth would be like, "The subfloor's fucked. I need my dad to fix it."
They're a
How is it
gigantic
today? What's he fixing today?
sinkhole
He
under
just-
your house.
Did I tell you he just on a whim moved to Tennessee? He's
No.
like, hey guys, leaving with my girlfriend in Tennessee, bought a house, and then as soon as he moved there, he sent pictures of 2 dogs that he bought.
No,
Wow.
get the hell out of here.
He was
Your
like,
son was
really
slave
driver.
driver. Yeah.
and then he was like, can you send me that? Do you still have the? Because
You still get that auto blow?
yeah, I know. He bought some like scratch repair for my brand new range that I bought. He used to fucking scrub me in my range and kind of scratch the stainless steel up on the top. So I let him have it. When that happened, I was like, I can't believe you did that. Why would you use it? Come on, don't be.
I hate you.
Don't be dumb.
I wish I'd never been born.
Yeah. So he asked me to send it back. I was like, oh, you still didn't fix the scratches that you bought.
That's fucked up, man. That's your dad.
I was joking with him halfway. Yeah.
Halfway joking with him.
Yeah.
So
Well, shout out to
now,
Tennessee Seth's dad.
originally
Tennessee?
we were gonna have you on the show, Seth, to promote your jiu-jitsu fight next weekend at OLE, and we were gonna invite a bunch of BDMs out there to watch you. We were gonna sponsor you.
They should still go.
Where it's,
My one of my students is competing.
Who's competing?
Luke, the little short redhead, my elf.
Oh, yeah.
So
Your elf.
I saw your Facebook.
He was gonna walk out as I had a whole elaborate walkout.
Well, he can still do it.
Yeah, I
doesn't
can't
wanna-
now unless I do it next
Do you
Christmas.
think he's
It was
relieved?
It was Christmas themed.
Do you think he's relieved that you're not going so he doesn't have to dress in his elf costume?
Oh,
Like, he's
yeah.
probably like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Roman's pissed. Roman was gonna be the reindeer, the Rudolph. I was gonna have him as fucking red nose antlers. And
That would be
I was
pretty
gonna be
awesome.
whipping him.
So I saw your announcement on Facebook saying that you have to now miss the fight because of injury.
Yes.
And you went into some of your injury on social media, but let's talk about it. Now, you walked in here fine. You look
I'm not-
good.
as
Yeah,
long
you
as-
look great.
I just can't take this heel and bring it any like 6
Oh, it
inches
is
is the most I
swollen.
can bring it
Yeah.
up. Oh no, this is nothing. When I wake up in the morning, it's tiny. At the end of the night, my knee and my calf will be twice as big. Every single day.
Is
when I
there
walk
anything
out.
you can do about that, or
I'm on antibiotics. I'm on gout medication, and yeah.
Why'd you get the gout? You're like,
that's the
Okay,
king's?
so
that's
this
the
is what-
king's
Kids know what
disease.
And
happened,
this is
right?
another thing that made my hypochondria kick. Get this. So I'm in the doctor's office. He said, okay, you had maybe a staph here that could have got infected. You also were doing. I had a karate test last weekend too that I passed. Got my 3rd degree.
Hey,
but I was doing
congrats.
tons of kata that morning, like tons, and I'd bend down on this knee a lot. So he said I could have strained my tendon and ruptured my bursa sac by doing that because I was going down on my knee. So he said it could be a couple things, that the infection. Then I said, well, my birthday was 2 days ago and I ate tons of shellfish. She took me to a seafood restaurant. So I ate like freaking crab legs, oysters, fucking scallops, all sorts of shit I normally don't eat. So he's like, well, I'm like, do you think it's the gout? He's like, you're a better doctor than me. I wouldn't have thought of that. He's like, yeah, it could be the gout. I'm like, fuck,
doctor
yeah,
than me.
exactly. He said, I'm a better doctor than you. I was like, well, doc, it might be time I start looking for somebody else. I'm like,
Oh my God.
yeah. So he's
yeah,
like,
that would
let me
kind of freak me out.
He's like,
too.
let me just give you this, some gout medication. I was like, gout? I'm like, I'm the healthiest guy I know. He's like, yeah. He didn't really say anything. He was just kind of like, man.
It's you turned 40.
Yeah.
Getting old. Your body's
I know.
breaking down now.
So, but it was so painful. Like today it feels better, but like the day of, like it was the most pain. Like I can deal with pain and I can train through pain.
Yeah.
But that fucking hurt. Like it was bad.
Now,
it was hurting.
I'm not saying you should fight through an injury. All I'm saying is that I'm pretty sure Kimbo Slice fought through a heart problem, right? It looks like he did not have a heart
problem. And what I didn't tell anybody about was my LCL tear. I tore my LCL 2 weeks ago. I didn't tell anybody about that, and I fought through that. I just taped it up, and it hurt like shit. I couldn't do my favorite type of guard and my triangles I do with this leg.
Damn, man.
So I was just taping up and not saying anything to anybody. But I got an MRI on that and everything, so it's a partial tear of my LCL, which I was like, fuck it, I'll just keep training. I don't care.
So is
this was bad.
The beginning of the end?
Oh my God!
Now it's just my knees.
Now I
who needs your knees? Especially in martial arts.
You know who said that too? My pop-up. Like about 12 years before the end. So now I saw your post and I was getting ready to bully you. On there.
Did you have a change of heart?
And I had a change of heart because
we talked him out of it.
Well, Daniel came
Not
in.
on the post. The post would have been bad to bully. I would have been a little upset about the post.
Yeah. Well, that's what I wanted to do. What do you think my intention to bully is?
There's
I
a line.
peak upsetness.
Were you going to bully him? And I changed your mind?
Yeah, because you said, "Oh man, I think Seth is really bummed. I'm going to reach out to him. Like, I think he's bummed about these injuries, and he's not,
when we were driving back from
so
Take
then I was
America.
like, I was like, I'll take back.
Everybody was about to go in on him. Like,
yeah. So,
it makes me. I talked to him and he's like, "Well, I can get another fight whenever I want." He just said, "Just tell me the next event you want to be on, and I'll put you on the event." So
yeah. So, are you planning on fighting?
Oh yeah, heck yeah. I'll probably against the same exact guy. Just gonna push it back a couple months, I guess. I don't know.
Now, is this like when you train as much as you do, because you work out 2 times a day, basically? Is now, and you've said
it's normal. People do fight with injuries all the time.
Yeah,
for sure. Like, there's not one fight I've gone in where I can think of that I haven't had something
wrong with you, and not 100% perfect.
Yeah.
But with these kind of like knee problems and tears and stuff, because of your high level of training and exercise, is this going to be like a perpetual thing where it never heals?
I hope not. I don't know. It seems like it lately, because even when I was training like a couple months ago for my karate freaking tournament, I was getting hurt doing stuff for that too, and that wasn't anything. So I hope it's not a trend. But
is it finally father time tapping you with the Reaper?
I mean, I heal just as fast, kind of.
Even though I don't think father time holds the Reaper.
Yeah, I mean, you fucked that up thoroughly. Is this finally baby New Year? Putting a big Jim candy cane up your ass? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, are you on drugs?
I'm trying to fuck with him.
I like it.
I think it's
like
just bad luck. That's what I'm going with.
Bad
luck
but
right
you are, age-wise. I mean, you're.
I think your wife is calling us if you want.
Should have ordered the ZDs.
Well, now I can eat it, and it was more mental for me. Oh, go ahead.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
If Seth and I and some of his bros went to Vegas, and he got girls, and they were, and they're all like fucking in the hotel room, would you let me stand in the corner and jack off?
I mean, do you want to?
Oh no, that's
Ooh,
a trap.
trick
That's a trap.
What kind of question is that?
That's a trap.
I mean, here's what I would say. I don't not want to.
Good answer.
Again, I'd rather be
But
in the
let's
box
turn
or
this
some
around
sort of
on
closet.
me.
Okay.
What if turn the tables? Now, what if he was doing that? Would you let me stand in the
Well,
Well,
not
not
with
me.
you. No.
Yeah, I'm not watching.
It would be weirder that if you and like, let's say you and Crystal and then some other girls like Sam and other girls were there.
For the record,
and the single girls had guys and they were getting it on. I would let you,
double click her mouse.
lay in the corner like a turtle on its back and you laughed. I got you. I got you. It's her love language. She loves it.
Weird thing for us.
Yeah, I would let you, and then I'd let you.
Come on.
I'd let you.
Come on.
What do you call that? I'd
Double
let
click
you.
in the mouse. I told you.
Yeah, double. Yeah, I'd let you double.
No, but I was
right
saying.
click. Right click.
I
Save.
was saying, would you would you allow me to stand in the corner and watch Seth and his girl?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally.
Oh, for the record, I'm cool with that too.
Totally. Totally.
I'm fairly certain like most every guy is like, I don't know.
I would totally
weird thing to ask.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with
We can
that.
get Crystal in on this too.
Wait, in both quarters, and what are Tom and I doing?
Wait, I got
there.
I got a badass New Year's Eve party coming up, guys.
What, Tom and I are down at Gators Dockside waiting it out?
I can't wait to tell her, but like, hey, Seth's inviting to his New Year's Eve party to watch him fuck his girlfriend. You just have to stand in the corner.
He said you could right-click
I mean,
save
if
him.
you want to watch Seth have sex, be my guest. Whatever.
Are you in your boss's office saying that?
Are you in the break room?
Whatever's usually you can do it, but I'm gonna be mad at you for the next.
Hey,
month.
and I'll leave you guys with this, babe. I don't want to waste your time, but I'll leave you
gonna
guys with this. At Andrea's, her bosses had a big Christmas party. I had to go in the bathroom and splash water in my face and tighten the fuck up because I was.
Were you getting drunk?
To start slurring.
But then everybody comes to me on Monday and wants to hang out with you. They don't care about hanging out with me. They want to
Everybody wants to hang with the Mr. Party.
Is that the radio guy? Hang with the radio guy.
I want to hang out with your shit-faced drunk husband.
He was embarrassing himself so much. It was like live America's Funniest Home Videos.
He fell through the table.
I fell through a pinball machine, actually. I love you, babe.
I love you. Have fun.
Okay, bye. All right, they say I told you guys.
All right,
I'm allowed.
Summer trip.
Summer. So yeah.
Too hot.
No, Vegas is
dry.
It's dry.
It's a dry
It's
heat.
hot
dry
as
heat.
shit. I went there in July and I almost boiled to death.
It is pretty damn hot.
Yeah, that is the straight up middle of the desert. No
Because
one.
it's also all concrete, so you're getting the heat straight from the sun, and then it's coming right back up from the concrete. It's awful.
I know who lives there now. Tom Lawler lives there, so we.
Oh, no
he's
shit.
got-
in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh,
His
man.
wife actually just got to my house. We're driving down to Miami. We got a wedding to go to this weekend. So.
When you're flying over Vegas, you look down and you're like, this place has no business being here. Like it's in the middle of the goddamn desert, like surrounded by
The
desert.
sad part of the houses, when you go up in the stratosphere
Yeah.
and you look out, there's one side that looks awesome because it's all the lights and the great stuff. And then the opposite end is just all like subdivisions and everything's brown and gray and it's really sad.
No,
it's like gross kind of.
It went through a horrible recession back in the
Meth crazy.
2010. Yeah.
Breaking Bad out there.
I think Deltona was bad.
Everything's
Vegas got it
meth
real
crazy
bad.
What's going on with old Deltona?
I think it's chugging
Is it
along.
still there?
Yeah, it's still
We
there.
were just there.
We were in DeLand.
Oh, you're right.
That's
Damn
different.
it, I get both of those mixed up.
Yeah, no, DeLand is, oh my God,
Yeah.
light years.
Still,
I mean,
still
DeLand
doing
has
it.
electricity.
Seth, have you heard the new Corey Feldman song that he covered?
He likes to dance with teens, too.
My wife showed me this,
I gotta get
and
this for
I
you.
don't dance with teens.
so we've talked about Corey Feldman a lot on the
Well,
show.
we tried to book him, didn't we? And we were like
Yeah.
literally
We were
just
close.
one credit
He
card
was
payment
asking
away
too
from doing it.
much.
Really? I'll
Yeah.
pitch in for that. I love Corey Feldman.
Well,
Just for a picture.
it was only like 10 grand, but the problem was what we were afraid of is that
Everybody just knows that one song.
yeah, like he'd play one song and then everybody'd be like, "This is weird," and then
Lose
we'd be like,
interest.
"Fuck, the $10,000."
Not worth it.
Speaking of like childhood heroes, I just made friends with one of my supreme childhood heroes. What's his tattoo from?
Which one?
My tattoo. My
Oh, it's the Never-Ending Story?
Never-Ending Story.
Yep. Guess who wrote me on Instagram?
No.
And
Atreyu.
and personally gave me his phone number, and we've been literally
Wait,
texting.
are you getting catfish
every-
by child star?
Oh my
It's Catfish by
God.
Atreyu?
It's Noah Hathaway. He sent
Catfish a trick.
You
No,
just got catfished by Atreyu.
he sent me some stuff to prove it that it's him.
Oh,
What?
what did he
What
send
did he
you?
send
A
you?
jar,
I
jar
asked-
of his blood or like?
This is
Oh,
a picture of the
picture.
mole on my dick,
Signed
like
picture.
Michael Jackson.
You don't Photoshop it.
You're gonna be seeing
I
this
know, but
real close.
that's not to prove it, but I know it's.
Can I pack my shit in your
it's
nose?
A California number, like we've been texting, talking about like stuff like that.
Hold on, well, how did it even come about?
Because his Instagram, I wrote the Childlike Empress asking for a signed autograph picture, and she sent it to me. And then I went to his Instagram. I was like, "Hey, I got a picture from her. I'd love one from you." And he's like, are you Seth Petrozelli? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm a huge fan. I watched you since the season Ultimate Fighter. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, you're my childhood hero. I watched this movie. It shaped my life. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? And we like, bro, loved back and forth.
Never-ending story
like,
shape your life.
Because it's about a child.
I love the movie.
It's about a child who never gave up on his dreams, and you do what you dream, Sam. Okay, and I do what I dream every day of my life.
Eat ass?
Yeah, well, that's part of it. Anyway, we've been texting. He's gonna do a. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but he's
when the horse got swallowed by the mud, it made me want to eat asshole the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Doo-doo mud.
Now I am a mud-eating horse.
but look at like all my pictures on my Instagram. He comments on everything now.
All
saying,
right,
yeah,
I got it.
Look.
So now you're friends with
now
Atreyu.
he's doing a documentary on his life, and he's going around the country training, and he's a huge martial arts fan. Like he's done kickboxing,
there you go.
MMA, stuff like that. So he's going around documenting his life and training MMA with his dog. And his dog's really cool, but he loves dogs. So he wants to go
This almost sounds too good to be true, like it is a catfish.
No.
Because it's like, as much as you're into dogs and martial arts and Atreyu, it's
on
like
his
it's all
Instagram.
lining up.
It's all on his Instagram.
Maybe you should marry him.
Now, Seth,
because it sounds very too good to be true.
Well,
it's like a dream come true for you.
Yeah, but it's real. It's real.
You haven't met him yet. So it's like 90%.
Seth,
okay, Instagram is pretty good indication. It's only Instagram.
Video?
There's other. Yeah, there's tons of video of him talking.
No, but like, and
is he the real Atreyu 69?
What are you got the same emails?
Yeah.
Now, my only.
Anyway, he wants to come to Orlando and train when he's around this
Oh my
area.
God, you're gonna eat his butt.
The only skeptical.
I'll let him watch it.
Well, wait a minute. That's my corner. Get your own corner, Atreyu.
Now, no offense.
I'm jacketing this one.
No offense, Seth, but like he is a big MMA fan, but in the
he's ripped.
There's a lot.
He posts a lot of like shirtless stuff on it.
There's
a mohawk now. All right, Atreyu, I see you.
Link me. Email me the link. I want to see Atreyu.
There's been a lot of MMA fighters out there, like a lot throughout the past 10 years, a lot of names and stuff. Yeah. I'm just a little skeptical that he was such a big fan of Seth Petrozelli.
I mean, he does look like he may have fallen off a little bit. I was just saying, slightly methy. It's like that.
How dare you?
That's cut, but a little methy.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
He had a back injury.
He doesn't have a blue check, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he does. Well, he just got on Instagram.
I have a boot. Well, not on Instagram. I have it on Twitter.
He had a back injury from the Never Ending Story. Like he hurt his back riding the horse, and he's been like in and out of like stuff like that.
So he was a drug addict. He definitely has the drug addict look.
Yeah, well, because I think he
hurt his back drilling holes in top gas grill.
So anyway,
can we get him on the show as an interview?
I'm sure if he comes by, I mean, I'll ask him. Yeah.
Wait, did you get that tattoo because he has? Oh no, he posted your tattoo on his Instagram. Okay.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he's like,
it's love. Did you say, hey, I got a good line for you if you really want to eat his butt? You say, hey, Atreyu, can I train you? Right?
Oh,
yeah.
Train.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Not like run a train.
Oh, that's what I thought you were doing.
No, like you want to train him in martial arts, right? You probably want to.
Yeah, I already told him that. I told him that I would help him out, do like teach us.
Then we got to get you healed up, or you're not going to be able to do it.
I'll show him some moves.
Oh, I bet. You're not going to be able to train him if we don't get you healed
a couple
up.
Weeks. The doctor said a couple weeks. If it is what he says it is, I think it should be okay. I don't.
But you're the doctor now.
But I won't
he's not even your doctor. You're his doctor.
Yeah,
now.
I know.
So going back to Corey Feldman,
I got the song ready.
He came out with a new song, and so this is what we're fascinated about. So okay, and Seth, you could weigh in on this.
Uh-huh.
So we've talked about Corey Feldman a lot. He's come out with on the Today Show and all the music he comes out with, and we've had this discussion before. This particular song, he's like, I'm super proud. It got like maybe 100,000 downloads on Spotify or whatever. People are listening to it. He's like, oh, this is awesome. Now when I heard it, I was like, does he have any idea that this is the worst shit anybody's ever heard at all? Like,
and it's a tribute, which is what makes it so sad. It is a tribute song because it's the 30th anniversary of the film that he did with the other Corey Haim.
Yeah.
And it was Dream a Little Dream.
Oh, okay.
Which film?
Yeah, Dream a Little Dream.
So
They did a lot of films together.
He did a Dream a Little Dream cover. Everybody knows the song, and his interpretation of, or his version of
aggressive.
this, when you listen to
Like
we're gonna play it, and I just want you to think in your mind: does he have any idea, or is he so nuts that he actually thinks it's good and then thinks everybody else doesn't know what they're talking about? Because I'm sure
you think he's just trolling everybody, knowing that it's bad.
Yeah. Because does he have? He's like, oh fuck it, this is a way to get out there because everybody's downloading it, obviously, to be like, what is this?
Yeah,
like
as a joke.
show. Yeah, because it's not good, but. I don't know if he knows.
Well, he does it with Mickey
at
Thomas, who's the lead singer of Starship.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why
How did
the fuck
he-
he's doing that.
Yeah. Like, why
And
would
Mickey
he even be
Thomas,
involved?
And Mickey Thomas also is a good musician, you know? So you would think, like, I'm not saying I'm the greatest musician. I'm certainly not, or I'd be, doing that right now. But at least I know that Mickey Thomas knows this is bad. That's my point.
Yeah, and he knows what's good. Obviously,
right.
he's
Starship
professional.
has been around, forever. And they have a lot of mega hits. Like, he must know that this is bad. This was a favor.
Starship, we built the city.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
So I'll present to you, ladies and gentlemen, audio mental illness.
Okay, here we go.
No.
That's Mickey Thomas, I think.
I mean, it was kind of good till he started singing.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
It reminded me of Nine Inch Nails.
Dream a little dream.
Yeah.
Why has he become like a background singer in a Popeyes commercial or something?
Is he still dressed like MJ?
Yeah, he's
The
still
beat and
saying
the
you can
music
see-
sounds.
yeah.
The beat and the music sound cool. It's industrial sound.
Yeah, it's
and
not too
that's
bad.
I dig that.
It's like
his voice going. Yeah.
It's Ministry meets the
I thought he was gonna go
what was the Seabreeze Quartet.
Yeah.
Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you miss me.
Oh, that part.
I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Yeah.
It's even in it's from a musician aspect. It's they're going out of key there.
Yeah, they are.
They're not.
Yeah. So does he
it's-
have any idea?
It's not in. It's not.
No.
It's not in the key it should be, and they're fucking it all up.
Now I
It's
feel kind of
terrible.
bad for him if he really thinks that's good. No,
Yeah, it's fucking.
I know.
I
I
feel
think
sorry for
this
him.
is what the world is fascinated about. I think
Yeah.
this is like we're looking at it. We're like, is he because he's super proud of it? Like, hey, this had 100,000 Spotify downloads or whatever, and I'm like, who is around him? Does anybody tell? Like,
I'm gonna just say one word to you.
yeah.
Remy.
All right. Yeah. No.
Remy could do better.
Well, I think a lot of people are asking the same question that you are about Corey Feldman.
It's just the lack of awareness, and then also you not listening to anybody around you, or maybe everybody around you is just telling you it's
But
good.
is it
a
not
yes
about
man.
that? Is it about him just accomplishing what he wants to do?
It could be.
Because there are
Yeah,
people that I know that are really bad at something that they do, but they continue to do it. Like most of the time, that'd be like golf. It wouldn't be like putting out a song with Mickey Thomas from Starship.
Yeah.
To commemorate the death of Corey Haim or the 30th anniversary of Dream a Little Dream. But there are guys that I know that know they're bad at golf, but they continue to play it because they like to do it. Is that
It's
what
just a
Corey
hobby.
Feldman is doing?
Is he just putting this out and saying, well, I put it out there, I did something, which he did, and it's gotten more hits than I could ever get.
I'm not the person from Starship. Why wouldn't they tell him that? No, this isn't good. Why don't you try it this way?
That was
That's
exactly
another
my
odd part of
question.
it.
Yeah, that's really odd. Why
And
wouldn't
I think, honestly, I think if we were able to, maybe we can do this. I don't want to interview Corey Feldman about the song. I want to interview Mickey Thomas about the song, and have him tell me, mean, he probably would. Maybe they're like really good friends, and he's just doing it as a favor. But I bet you, Seth, I think you're right.
We did it as a joke. We laughed behind his back all day long.
Yeah, I think he's probably.
I don't know if he talks like that.
Or
I don't know. I see what you're doing.
Maybe Corey Feldman.
I don't think he's British, but
from in my mind, he is.
Yeah, it's fine.
Maybe
all rock stars.
He just invited him to the studio, and he showed up, and they're like, "Hey, can you sing?" And he did.
Well, I think it's Corey doing the "Dream a Little Dream of Me," which is not in the right key.
He should have had auto-tune like all the rappers do, and just did the auto-tune version.
He usually does, I thought, but this time
I want to hear just a tad more because I think there is a guitar solo in here that's really bad.
Now it sounds like Christmas.
That's Mickey Thomas, right? Think so. The fuck? Oh. Here it is. You know, this harkens back to when he was on, what was it? The
Today Show. Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah.
God, that was fucking good, man. I remember watching that video so many times.
His Angels, right?
Oh, it's so good.
He married one of them, I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then they were on that show. What is it, like Marriage Boot Camp?
Yeah.
And then Aaron Carter was on there too, and he's a fucking head case as well.
Oh, okay.
They need to collaborate.
Maybe
fuck Mickey Thomas. You need Aaron Carter, Corey Feldman, super group, and it's called Audio Mental Illness. Like you said.
Maybe we should all take something from this and the fact that no matter what you do, you should be behind it and proud of it, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And because I feel like most people
smell it, right?
Yeah.
Double down.
Double down.
You're like,
and go
this
with
is
it.
good. Or maybe you're like, I did this.
Ultimate confidence.
I'm going to
the Tom Van Way.
But even
there's definitely people that like that. I know there has to be like
There has to
huge
be.
fans.
What, this song?
Yeah, oh, yeah,
it's
for
very, you know, like Spotify gives you that little gauge of its popularity, and it's like a little dial.
Like
not
somewhere
good.
there's a 40-year-old man sliding in the DMs of Corey Feldman saying how much of a fan he is.
Oh, right.
I just might do that. No.
Yeah.
Like, I have a good track record so far. I'll just go
you
all
should
the 80s
try it.
stars.
Might as well.
Get a Corey Feldman tattoo, though.
I'll get a Lost Boys tattoo in a second. I love the Lost Boys.
All right, so you get a Lost Boys tattoo.
I'll get a Frog Brothers tattoo.
Hell yeah.
You do that,
Done.
and then you send it to Corey, and then now he's your new friend, and you can create an army of these like wash-up, mentally ill
80s child stars.
80s child stars that
They're
like
fine.
will do your bidding.
you know what?
Or just watch me.
Corey
Or
Feldman
they
has.
just watch you fuck or eat butt.
He's got what a lot of like. I've seen people on social media like totally ignore all the haters, but like all they get is hate, but they have an ability to never like acknowledge it or look at it. It's like it's almost like they're like, oh, all these haters, screw the haters, whatever, it doesn't matter, which is good for like it's a good trait to have to be healthy, obviously, not to care about. But when it comes to if you're an artist or whatever you're doing, if so many people are saying something, I just feel like you have to at least be like, well, a percentage of these people have to be right and one. You know, it's not just some trolls. It's everybody. But you can just look past it and just be like, it doesn't matter what every single hundreds, thousands of people think.
Yeah.
Like I'm moving past it. Like good trait to have, but then I feel like it just solidifies you more crazy.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But is it a good trait to have? Because there's no people can't get in with any constructive criticism. You're not growing at all. It's literally just this is fine. This is great.
I think they probably do. I think probably somebody's tried to give him constructive criticism, but I think he's more true to like that. Okay, thank you.
He's pretty hard-headed, yeah.
And I think he'd also be kind about it. I don't think he'd tell you to go fuck off if you gave him constructive criticism. He's just going to hold fast and say like, nah, I really want to do it this way.
Yeah.
And there are people that are like that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people that fail doing that. Like think of all the businesses where people come in and they say like, oh man, you should probably do it this way. Nah, we're doing it this way.
Yeah.
And then they, you know, they go at
it.
Well, you were jerking off in the back room.
Oh, yeah, sure. No, we did actually really good.
But it just every time this happens, and I feel like most people are amazed that's why he gets so much attention every time he like goes on Today's Show or comes out with a new song, because all of society's just like, is this a bit? Is this real? Is this a real thing? And we still
it's a real thing.
I know it's real. And that's why it's so good.
It's not a bit anymore.
Because
does he have other songs too besides that?
Oh, he's all over Spotify.
Just,
he does a song with Snoop Dogg.
Oh God,
that is probably his biggest.
Of all people,
hit.
I figured Snoop Dogg would like.
This is "Go For It" featuring Snoop Dogg.
Oh, this is great. This is the one he performed, wasn't it? Go for it.
Yeah, but this one has.
What genre of music is this?
Bad, I believe.
I think it'd be pop.
I think it's pop.
Get it, get it.
All you gotta do is twerk.
Hit the club. Tell him.
I like this song. I don't give a fuck.
I got molested as a kid. It shake me to the low. I don't know.
It's catchy though.
Oh, that's actually good.
See, it's not bad. This one's good.
it's terrible, you guys.
I mean, it's
horrible.
I wouldn't listen to it, but if I listened to it, I wouldn't.
I mean, anybody can.
I wouldn't think
have
twice.
A beat.
It's fucking terrible.
It just shows you that anybody can
gotta
fucking
get
do
to the
music.
chorus,
That's
man.
the thing. That's
All
what
right.
it shows me.
We'll do one chorus, then we'll get a break. How about that?
Yeah.
Here we go.
If it wasn't him singing it, this could be a hit on the radio.
Well, that's the problem. That's, you know,
That's a good song.
It's like,
Think about what you're saying.
If it wasn't for you, I would like your show. That's what we're saying.
Well, just the beat alone and stuff like that.
Yeah, the music's good. The chorus.
Oh,
is
it's not good. It just passes for today's music, which is shit usually. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but this
Stuck in the 80s.
You found the old man in him.
Oh, come on, you can't tell me.
No,
You dig deep enough. He's down there under the gout. There's an old man down there. Buried somewhere. I'll find my way up here somewhere.
I like Taylor Swift.
I do too. Except that new Christmas song is straight fucking garbage.
I don't think I've heard the
My
Christmas
Heart
song.
is a Christmas tree farm.
No, I haven't
It
heard
doesn't
that.
make any sense.
Yeah,
It's like, really? Is
I'm
it
gonna have to
really?
chop
Well,
all
let me
that trees down.
let me chop it all down.
Before we go to break, I want to see if Butler. Butler, did you see
He's asleep.
Butler
Did you
hasn't
see
said
my
one-
son?
Butler said one word.
Butler hasn't said a fucking word.
No, he hasn't.
My son's magic trick that my wife put on social media. Did you see that, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Did you pay attention to it?
No, not really.
Okay, I want to do
He's
the Butler
stoned.
and see because I'm not joking. It took me one go around before I figured it out.
All right, do you want me to throw this?
and
I can
I
throw
felt
this
like
on
the dumbest
camera real
person.
quick. Hold on.
So, all right, here we go.
What's happening?
Here, put all your 10 fingers out. All right. So here we go. Lean forward towards me so I can. You don't have to be a mic. All right. So here we go. Yeah, let me get on mic here. So, all right. Bend your fingers when I tell you to. All right. 1, 2. Skip these 3, 4. Bend that one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got 11 fingers.
Oh.
This was anticlimactic.
Well, do you know what the trick is?
No.
He's too stoned to even know what the fuck you're
He
doing.
doesn't even know where he is right now. He thinks he's at a Corey Feldman concert.
He's still singing "Go For It" featuring Snoop Dogg.
It's I felt like an idiot when I didn't understand that. I was like, wait a minute.
It got me the first time too.
Okay, all right.
It got me the first time
Okay.
too when your son did.
I'm glad. If everybody was like, oh, okay, you're an idiot.
I like that he looked at Butler like a child and he goes, "You got 11 fingers."
That's what my son did. And I was like,
Well,
whoa,
he's
how
a
do you do
child.
that? I know, but I didn't understand. I was like, wait a
Tommy
minute.
says to Tom, he's like, "You got 11 fingers," and you're like,
Wait, boiling them.
you can instantly get a bread knife.
Stab
and
my hand!
sawing one off.
All right. Let's
Oh
take
my
a break.
God, that's one of the funniest things ever.
What
Holy
was the
shit,
answer
that's
to
funny.
it?
What? Because
Seth doesn't know how you did it either.
Yeah, see, me dad.
Don't tell anybody. No, don't tell.
Oh, fuck that. You guys know.
well,
Tell him on the break.
My son was like, he's like 1, 2. He's like, skip these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The 3.
Because he
Yeah.
said skip
He
these
said
3. It's a
3.
mental trick. Yeah.
Oh, he mentally got me then.
See, if you don't know what's happening and you walk into that video, when I watched it, I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Because I'm waking up and he got me.
I'll
I'm
tell
gonna.
Tommy, like, you're smarter than every single person I know.
No, please do. This
And
is
your old man.
This is new music from a band called Northbound. The name of the song is Same Book. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this. 1-844-TOMNDAN if you would like to call. show@tomandan.com if you would like to email. We will be right back.
book, same ending. I'll just sleep all day until the rain's with my friends.
Looks like a lot of children will be disappointed this year because I'm staying at this party.
That is Piebald. Piebald presents a present to you, a musical Christmas. That's called Rage with My Friends. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Oops, sorry. That shouldn't have happened.
I am Tom. Samantha's here. Butler's here, about to do the toast. And Seth Petrozelli is going to do the news coming up soon. But first, let's get the toast out of the way. What do we got today, Butler?
All right, real set. Pour the coffee, make the tea. Holiday party is tomorrow. Squirt is still pee. Dribble, dribble, drop, drop. 90210.
All right. Cheers.
Jesus Christ. Ciao.
Charles.
I never believed that it was pee until I got a squirter. And it's pee.
That's really
It's
good.
definitely
tasted
pee. Definitely pee.
Let me ask you guys a quick question before we do the news. I saw some story about LeBron James' son. He's like the most famous high school basketball player right now, obviously being LeBron James.
And is he good?
I think he's good. I don't know too much about it, but a story came out recently about LeBron's like track for him to get to the NBA. Obviously, that's the plan. I don't know if he's good enough to get there, but he obviously has a head up, like an advantage over the competition. Being LeBron James' son.
I would imagine so. Yes.
So let me ask you guys this. In my experience in life, a lot of times that I've seen people that their family business and their dad like owned the business and then wanted their sons or daughters to follow in his footsteps and like just take over. There's always a pushback or a rebellion against it, like initially. Sometimes they end up just eventually being in there after they go out into the world and do their shit in their 20s or whatever, and then they end up settling back into their parents' business or whatever.
Right.
But it never works out where the person, at least in my experience, and like friends and family and just like living, where the person their whole life are like, all right, I'm going to just get into the family business and then do whatever my old man says, and then I'll be the head.
I only have one friend that ever did that.
Yeah. It seems like there's a pushback always, and is it because like people don't want their lives planned out for them? Like they feel like they're trapped? Like is it like because in life, you're like, I don't know what's going to happen next. Especially like you graduate high school, you're like, I don't know what's going to happen. And when someone like, all right, this is what you should do. Here's the perfect track for you to be, successful. Like I'll write it down for you. You need to do this, and you'll be a millionaire and be perfect. Like it, and then I feel like that's like a jail for some people. They're like,
because everyone's different. Not everyone wants to grow up and do what their parents do.
But they're idiots. They should.
Well, you also,
if you think about it,
they want to live their own life.
Because if you want to be successful, then just follow exactly what's planned out for you. Just do it.
I think
you can be successful without that.
I think it depends on you guys are missing something. I think you're missing on how the atmosphere and how the person took it, how that shapes it. And what I mean by that is, like for my dad, I saw all of the bitching and the hard work that he did being an over-the-road salesperson. Yeah. I never wanted to do that because the environment that he presented to me was a negative one. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, he didn't want you to do it either, right?
No, he didn't want me to do it either. But had they made it easy for him, and he was very good at it, but had it been an easy job for him, or easier, or had they made it easier for him, maybe my opinion of it would be a little bit more, maybe I'll try it.
Beneficial.
Because I probably would be good at it because there are traits that he had in sales that I know I have.
Yeah.
But
people person, good at talking.
But it always was kind of painted in a negative light. And I feel like that would be the same way for like LeBron probably really loves the game and everything. In fact, Norm in our chat room said that LeBron wants to eventually play on the same team as his son. He wants it to be where he can stay in the league long enough so his son makes it and then they play.
Yeah. I don't know if that would have happened, but
that'd be kind of cool.
It would be
weird.
Cool.
Really weird.
But for LeBron's son, like that's either you're down with your old man's plan or you're going to rebel and do your own thing. Now, in this situation, obviously, in the professional basketball world, like I would imagine that he's probably going to do what his dad says because he's his dad is the basically the head of the NBA, the most popular basketball star.
The guy.
So, but in normal business, like when your family owns a company and they say, hey, here's the track. You'll start after college in the company. You'll work in management for and then as soon you'll take over.
It's not really fair to the kid, though.
Yeah.
You're putting this pressure on them to keep this business going when maybe they don't even want to do that.
True, but as the adult, probably you're thinking, well, I'm giving my son the opportunity to have a for sure thing, and you could be making what I do. So for the adult, I'm sure he's like, just do this.
Yeah, I'm sure they think it's for their best interest.
And then the kid is always going to be like, I want to be my own person.
Yeah, but the kid should think logically and be like, you know what, statistically, I probably won't be as successful as my dad created this business, and I could even make it better once I take over. So they should be smart and just
because in every case in real life,
what happened to following your dreams, Seth?
Well,
you just had a whole fucking speech about it.
He can do as much as he wants with all the money that he's got. He can do as many dreams as he wants. Just own
can't
the
follow your dream when you got to run this business.
I'm sure you fucking can.
Also,
I just
dreams are somewhat absurd sometimes, and you're like, most people are never going to get to where they dream of getting.
Yeah, like living on a sailboat.
Did anybody here get to where they actually dreamt of getting to?
I did.
You were like, this is your dream?
Yeah, my dream wasn't working right.
Dream small.
Dream small, you won't get disappointed.
No, I wanted to work for a radio station. I was able to accomplish that.
Yeah,
that's absolutely what I wanted to do as a kid. To be a DJ, I mean, like that.
But I'm
that
talking
was
about
exactly
the pinnacle,
ultimate dream. Like Seth wanted.
No,
to
this is like my fourth fallback.
I don't think.
What was your ultimate dream?
I don't think I had a dream higher.
To be a ninja assassin.
Okay, well, we're talking about real life here.
Damn cartoon dream.
Well, you've been murdering buttholes.
I mean, I got it in a roundabout way. I mean, I was a martial artist
Close
professionally.
enough. Have you
knock people out?
Do you know any ninjas?
Do I know ninjas? I'm trying to think if I actually.
What kind of goddamn question is that? Know any ninjas?
Well, no, because
if any of our friends would fucking know a ninja, it'd be sad.
Yeah,
I mean, is there even technically a ninja right now? Like, someone could be like, I am by definition a ninja. What does that even mean?
I mean, ninja's just like an undercover, a martial artist that
has
a ninja mask. An assassin stealing for money.
So fucking, I could be a ninja trying to put on the suit.
I mean, today's days it would be like a hired assassin. Would be a.
I want to know if there are any real ninjas. Look that up, Sam.
I mean, there's the Twitch guy ninja. Right?
No, that doesn't count. But there are real samurais. There are real samurais now, right?
Well, samurai lineage, there's still samurai lineage.
But there's guys that like still practice the
art of samurai.
So they would be considered a real samurai.
Aido and of course.
I think to be a real samurai,
you'd have to
be
born into it.
Yeah, and it would have to be the time frame when they use samurais.
But I'm sure there are guys that still consider themselves samurais, right?
Well,
based on training, maybe
you could adhere to the code of the samurai, which is Bushido, and like you could say you're samurai because of that, I guess. But like.
I love Bushido. I always order it as an appetizer.
That's the best. That's Bushido right there. That's what it means.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah, it means Bushido. It's a code of the samurai.
I like it.
So
yeah, I'm a samurai too.
So Seth.
Oh wait, Juan's checking. It says there is no longer a shogunate. Shogunate. So you can't be a samurai. I don't even know what that fucking means.
It's like the head. It's a head of all the samurai clans.
So there's no
shogun. Yeah.
So it all fell apart.
Well, they dismantled the samurai after what was the year 1800 or something like that. They got it was illegal to be a samurai.
When Tom Cruise was
they cut their top knots off. All sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was realistic.
The Last Samurai.
The Last Samurai. Yeah.
I enjoyed that movie. It got a lot of heat, but I liked it.
Well,
yeah, people hate
cultural
it.
appropriation.
Why is this white dude even here involved with this?
Because he was in a war and got captured. That's the stupidest thing ever.
I know, but
right?
Tom Cruise is ridiculous.
You wouldn't get an Asian to play Tom Cruise, would you? Is it gone that far now?
No. I just mean, there's other actors maybe that are more believable. Did that actually happen? I don't know. Let's do some news.
All right.
Oh wait.
He laid out Kimbo with an attack, but the Russian won't call him back, and we all got
just won't prove for long you're gonna die. From fighting in the UFC to reading news to you and me, you could say he wears a lot of hats, but we'll just focus on his eyes. So hippo people, get on your hooves and put them together for you know who. As if you narps don't have a clue, it's Seth Petrozelli with your douche bro news. It's Seth Petrozelli with your douche bro news.
Douche Bro News.
Seth's News brought to you by Tank America, where we just went out doing that tactical laser tag. We did it Thursday. If you want to listen to the ACT, we actually
Seth bailed on us.
Mike,
wow, he's injured.
Well, it
Wednesday.
It wasn't only that, but I totally forgot about my graduation ceremony, like my Christmas party at my gym.
Yeah,
so it was a huge graduation Christmas party that I could not be there for. I was the owner.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Trust me, I didn't want to. My business partner's like, yeah, you should probably be there. I'm like, oh, I got this radio thing. He's like, yeah, well, promoting a lot of people.
I'm going to this with these goofballs to play some tactical laser tag.
No, I'd rather
now,
play laser tag.
we recorded it actually while we were playing, and it's Thursday's ACT if you want to listen. But
That's tonight.
No, I think it was Thursdays.
It was last night.
Yeah, it was last
You're
night.
right, you're
yeah,
right.
it was last night.
And it's only $20, and it is a really good time. Like if you want to go out there with a bunch of friends or get a Christmas present for your kids that are into this, I mean, it's real basically replica weapons with CO2 in the actual magazines. Like so, it's
realistic recoil.
It's pretty
Yeah,
goddamn realistic.
That's pretty fucking.
Because the
dope.
ones that I play, like the other spot, was just like
no.
I'm pointing over here and it gets the guy.
No, this is like as real as it gets.
You're in a Middle Eastern
it's
bazaar. It's pretty dope. Yeah.
Fucking exhausting.
Listen, if you want to listen to Thursday's ACT, you'll hear all about it. But go to tankAmerica.com and check it out for yourself.
Yep.
All right, I'm sure you guys probably have heard about this story because it's local, but it went national news. 2 women were told that they could not enter a strip club without a man.
Oh, that's been a rule before. I've heard of this.
Yeah.
Sparking a constitutional battle in Florida. When Brittany Smith and Anita Yanes headed to the strip club, they didn't anticipate that they would end up challenging Florida's constitution. This was back in February 2018. The two friends made plans for a fun girls' night out at Rachel's Orlando, which who doesn't like a fun girls' night out in Rachel's? It's an adult establishment near Orlando. But Smith had never been to the strip club without a male companion, and she was in for a surprise. When the 2 women arrived, they were informed that they wouldn't be allowed to enter without a man, the lawsuit says. Manager explained that the policy was intended to discourage prostitution and that unaccompanied women might take men's attention off the strippers. Plus, there was risk of women that would come in looking for their husbands and cause drama.
Okay.
So
hold on.
That is the reason for
both of those reasons sound kind of like
Well, the
legit?
first reason is ridiculous. The second reason is
well, no, I mean,
What's
you
the
don't-
first reason?
If guys are going there and there's single
it's
ladies
distracting
roaming
from the
around,
strippers.
Yeah, 'cause
so
when
just
I'm
a
like-
random
I'm
girl
like-
fully clothed walking in is going to make you be like, oh my god, let me look at her instead of the lady that's naked on stage.
No,
but
but
it
what
is
it
somebody
will
you can
do-
hit on and leave,
real life
and
and
their
yeah,
job is to
exactly.
keep people in there.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree with it.
Well, women like to look at naked women too.
Not all of them.
Well, then you wouldn't be going to a strip club if you didn't.
You
So
might
then
need,
there
you
should
might
be
need a
lesbian
drink,
strip-
and you're at the Bob Evans, and you just want to walk across the street and go to Rachel's and get a drink. You don't
I
care
don't even
if
think they
there's...
serve alcohol at Rachel's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
They
do.
definitely do.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they serve
Craft beer, too.
They serve buffets at
Yeah,
Rachel's.
I'm just-
Well, I know they serve food.
Both of those sound like I'm not saying they're the best, but if I were an owner, I can see both of those reasons being true.
I've never heard of that rule.
Yeah,
Like,
it's been a thing.
Yeah,
for
it's
a
been a
while,
thing for
yeah.
a long time,
And
man.
the other reason is like if she's going to start drama, then bounce her out. That's why you have fucking bouncers.
Yeah, but there's probably
It's
there's more.
discriminatory. There's lesbians that want to go there. There's women that just want to go to a strip club and see women dance.
But a private
it's not
establishment
fair.
has the right to refuse anybody that they want. It's a business. I could say no.
But not
Redheads
from
allowed at my gym.
But if gender
Buttheads?
Redheads.
Oh, there's a butthead.
because you can
Buttheads.
as an establishment you have the right to basically turn away anybody you want, but it can't be based on like race. I think
Religion.
like
Gender.
There's discrimination rules, and so gender is one of them,
Yeah.
which makes me think: how did they have this rule for so long and no one challenge it if it's literally against the law to discriminate, gender-wise? Although now you could
Is it wrong? Yes, but
can
I
you do a night though? Like when they do like a night that's just for
Ladies only.
Yeah, because they've done ladies only stuff before. Can you challenge that too, or no?
Well, it's.
Can I say I want to challenge that because
It's just
you're
one of
a
those stupid ass old laws that just went on for fucking years and years.
And until someone finally
someone's
questioned it.
someone's like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, I think.
And then took it to the level of actually suing them for it. It's just odd. Now I understand
It is odd.
They don't want your old lady like, where's my, then busting in there and then
I could see that happening. I could see like
swatting you
like,
with the
you don't think that if we're up there at Rachel's, we've been there for a long time. Andrea and Krista are calling our phones over and over. You don't think they'd pile in,
No,
her,
I know that.
into your truck and they're drunk because we're in the WRX because we were trying to pick up chicks and we want to go fast. and they
grab the
they
rolling
pull in
pins.
there and then they, of course, Andrea, she'd go up there, 2 please, and she'd get the thing and they're going in there like they're just having fun. And as soon as they get in there, they're fucking tearing the place apart.
Looking for us, they're screaming.
Oh no, they'd see us. We're over there. I'm getting prime rib. They're freaking the fuck out, screaming.
I'm in the back. I'm already getting the
you're already
champagne
getting
room pants.
You're literally have your pants down your jacket.
That's against the rules at Rachel's. It's a high class establishment. So
when we got them on the hook for a client?
They
don't talk about it.
So now it's just in the court system.
Yeah, it's in the court system. But I want to ask Sam something. You said that it's discriminatory to women, right?
Yeah.
So you don't find you don't see the double standard in me not being able to go to a Curves and join a Curves.
What's Curves?
It's a women-only gym. Like, guys aren't allowed there.
Oh, well, yeah,
For
I
women's
agree with
safe
you.
spinnies. Okay, good.
Yeah, damn it. We're not going to outwit Samantha.
No,
I go to Curves.
But seriously, why is that
sweat
not
my
a
wig
thing?
off.
It's a double standard with everything. Like, guys aren't allowed to do a lot of things in girls only type.
Well, I think it's a thing of
It's not
it's a
girls
little different
only.
because you can find any gym you can join.
You can
besides
find
Curves.
there's male reviews everywhere that girls can go
We're not
to.
wanting a male review. We want to go see women.
Tell them to tuck
So
their
that's
dick between their
different.
legs.
Oh,
Now,
wow, okay.
If you were in male reviews, you're allowed to go if you're just guys, right? I'm sure.
I don't
Gay
know.
guys go to male reviews all the time.
Yeah.
I think guys are allowed to go.
You're allowed to, but
I think for sure you're allowed to go in a group of guys. So with it's weird in the fact that like I understand their point. Like they don't want to hurt their business.
Yeah, from the
they don't
business
want
standpoint,
prostitutes.
I see it.
you
But
know,
they are
going in
hurting
there.
their business as well. I mean, that's 50% of the
Yeah,
population
that's
that
what
could
I'm
be
saying.
making money from. Which I get. I
They're
see both.
losing money.
I see both sides. I really do.
I'm just like, if there's an issue, kick the woman out. But don't just deny access to all females.
Well, not to, it's unless you're accompanied by a male.
What is this,
like,
Handmaid's Tale? I
Yeah,
gotta
I
walk in
know,
with a fucking watch.
like I said, I've never heard of it.
I can remember being, I want to say Dollhouse. I don't think Dollhouse is there anymore, but I want to say at Dollhouse, I remember seeing that rule because I remember we went as a group one time and we had more girls than guys, and there was a problem. Now, we eventually worked it out and got inside, but it was like it needed to be like girl, guy, girl, guy. You know what I mean? Like it needed to be that way, and I could remember that being a problem. It is bizarre, but it was one of those things that's always been the case, and I've never questioned it.
I'm sure it'll change now. The people start talking about it, and then strip.
When are we
clubs
going to get the strip clubs that are just for women and it's women?
Like, what do you mean, just for women? Well, most. I feel like the majority of women don't want that.
There's
So
got to
the
be
demand's
one,
not
though,
there.
right? I agree with you, but there's got to be one, right?
Just for women only?
Yeah, you think so?
Probably not.
I doubt it.
Not in the United States. There's not one strip club that's woman only. What women are the dancers?
I definitely think there's at least one. And it's
right?
probably in Nevada.
Yeah, I would like to think that there's one, or a very progressive city that maybe has a high concentration of like lesbians.
I'm not saying all women don't want that, but if the majority did, there would be the business for it. Like that's what tells me, like the capitalism will tell you what people want, because if there's a demand for it, someone's going to make money doing it.
When's the last time you went to a strip club with me and you?
With you, yeah. I haven't been a long.
When's the last time
time
you went to a strip club?
A month ago, maybe.
Yeah, don't be embarrassed. Travis, when's the last time you went?
God, it's been years, probably 6 years, and it was in Mexico.
And Sam's never
been.
Well,
I need a male escort.
I still think we need to take you.
I'll protect you and go and take you.
Protect me. I'm not thinking I'm going to get in a fight.
My God.
Next story.
You can catch all the STDs for me.
Okay, I hate Sprint. This is not my stuff's not loading, so I don't know what's going on.
What happened to you writing out your news?
Oh
I got
my
one
God,
bar.
your phone's got the gout.
I don't get paid enough to write. All right, but I did this story just to create a conversation with, as far as Waze launched an awesome new feature that Google Maps should totally steal. Do you guys use Waze or Google Maps? You do?
I use Waze all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Cookie Monster's my narrator.
Yeah, I like it because it gives me gives me suggested routes and like we'll find accidents.
Google Maps does that too.
Yeah, but
and accidents, Google Maps does that too.
Does it? I mean, like I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Google. Okay,
I haven't done Google as much anymore.
One of Google Maps trends of 2019 was for Google to bring features from its second best navigation app. I didn't know Google owned Waze.
Oh, they bought it right when it started getting hot.
I didn't know that.
We'll buy this.
Didn't know that either.
So one of the features was to bring some of the features from its second best navigation app to its top navigation app. Wave's beloved crowdsourced incident reports have slowly made their way to Google Maps. So they just added
same shit.
It is the same thing. So they just added my last trip a week ago. They added fucking cops, so that it shows you where there's like road traps and stuff like that.
So
which is awesome.
Peer-to-peer sharing. Yeah.
Yes.
They all
Waze has always had that. That's why I used it.
There's something on the road.
And I
there's
knew
the
that,
cops.
but I just never used Waze because I didn't think there was enough people doing it. But Google Maps is huge, so I just
that's cool.
But anyway, they just
Maybe I'll
brought over
switch back.
that Waze brand. They have a new type of incident report that Google Maps should totally swipe, which they probably are. And it's not loading all the way, but what it was Waze will show you actual, which doesn't matter for us, but snow conditions and hazardous road conditions and like real life timing,
weather and everything,
like that too now. So literally, it's like everything, which is awesome.
They had to have had an effect on the amount of tickets that the police.
I think this all the time when I see like police reported ahead and my phone says that.
Yeah. It's
And
telling
it'll
everybody.
do it. It'll do it even if I'm not on a route. You know, like if Waze is open, it'll just come through your speakers and tell you. Yeah. And it's kind of freaky at first, you know, but once you get used to it, and it's like 90% like accurate. Yeah. Like when it goes off, chances are there's a cop somewhere near me, and I do slow down.
Well, because
I straighten up and fly right.
It's peer to peer, so someone else is reporting that, so it's at least as trustworthy as someone telling you that it is. And why would I guess you can go on there and just start reporting cops that are not there, but it would be a waste of time.
Oh yeah, I did the whole way down. I saw a cop. I did it. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, but when people though, have you ever given it a thumbs up? You know, to
confirm.
To confirm.
No,
I used to do it all the time. I don't anymore.
Like red light cameras, it'll do too, and you're supposed to either say not there or thanks. You know, like gives you the options.
Or vehicle stopped on shoulder.
Yeah. I would be interested to. I bet there's some sort of statistics about how many tickets the cops have written in years. Like it's got to be getting lower,
like
right?
Lower, I guess.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you now know, also like the radars and like the radar detectors business, that's probably going to take a hit from this, right? When everybody's using Waze and Google Maps. This is going to definitely take a hit on county and states.
Well, they got me a month ago for about $300 or so.
For what?
The speeding ticket?
I was going like 90 something.
Well, it's interesting how this happens, like, because in the state of Virginia, radar detectors are illegal. And so where this would be in place of like a radar detector, like I'm curious how that makes it.
But it's not. It's not detecting radar.
It's not really detecting radars, but it's kind of doing the same thing though.
It is, but you can't outlaw it because it's like peer to peer sharing. Like, hey, they're sharing information. So I wonder.
I used to flash my lights like whenever you pass thing.
They'll get you for that.
Yeah, I know.
This is a pretty crazy.
Well, it's not actually illegal, but they will pull you over and then fuck with you.
They'll write you a ticket for some other bullshit.
Yeah. I guess flashing of brights is technically like
they'll call it like a safety hazard.
Yeah, it's like misuse of your automobile's electronics or something. I Googled has ways to reduce tickets just to see if anything just like conveniently would pop up. The funny thing is, I found an article from like 2015 that's kind of interesting where it says law enforcement organizations like the National Sheriff's Association, Fraternal Order of Police, and the LAPD kind of hate Waze because they said, I can think of 100 ways that it could present an officer safety issue, said FOP Director Jim Pascoe. There's no control over who uses it. So if you're a criminal and you want to rob a bank, hypothetically, you could use Waze. Or if you're a criminal who wants to stalk an officer with intent to harm.
How?
Because people are reporting where the cops at, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not like they're giving out badge numbers.
I feel like that's a real weak display.
That's a stretch.
That's a
stretch. He wanted to scream, "You're fucking with our quota."
Yeah.
And that was the only thing he can come up with because that's bullshit.
It can harm us. No. It
Yeah. You're fucking with our bottom line because this is how we write tickets. We
but-
tax the public. That's the secret.
Apparently, police do not like Waze at all, and some cities don't like Waze either. There's another article that says why some cities don't want you to use it.
Well, you know what has caused a problem is through residential streets and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because
that's exactly what this article's saying.
And in fact, you could report to Waze that your street is being used as a cut through, and they'll actually change it.
Yeah.
Like they'll go to their software and then make your street not a cut through and make it so.
My neighborhood's a cut through, but that's just from years of people knowing because it's right by the 528.
Yeah,
You gotta live in that shit
it's not
area
going to
for
matter that it's on Waze. People just know it's a cut through.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's not fucking illegal to cut through unless it has like no through traffic or whatever.
You're right, but in like
you got to put up the turtle with the flag.
Pays to live in a gated community, doesn't it?
It's
slow children at play.
It's just going to tell you the fastest route. So if it is like some sort of back,
Waze does always take you through some back neighborhoods. You're like, where the fuck am I? I'm on brick roads and shit.
Yeah, weird as hell.
Yeah.
Like there's one going out to like UCF area where I swear to God, I think I cut through like old farmer's pea patch. I'm going through the hills and then down a dirt road and then I turn and then there's deer everywhere and then I come out and I
I'm always worried. I'm like, is my Waze getting hacked by some kind of serial killer? Because I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Then I just launch over the creek and boom, there I am, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Or crazy. Or you're following Waze or Google Maps and then you look up and you're like, oh, lock the door. It's like, it took.
That happens to me over by Camping World sometimes. I'm like, thanks a lot, Waze.
You felt train traction. You're like, what is this? Oh,
wow, Waze. What am
Which, by the way, like
fucking Paramore.
Can you make my doors not make the noise? Can they just lock without going? Go!
You need a precision door for your car door.
Yeah, seriously, it's like you're in a bad neighborhood. Your car's surrounded. Let's just.
Who gives a shit? I'm locking the doors.
Precision door came out and fixed my
And they
garages.
know you're locking your doors.
Oh, you use Precision?
Yeah, they did. They did my garage.
And by I mean criminals.
Does anybody use Apple? Like Apple has its
No.
own. It sucks.
It's terrible.
Why is it so bad? I mean, Apple's.
I think they bailed on it.
Yeah, I think when they added Waze to CarPlay, I felt like they were giving up. Because they added Google to CarPlay and then they held out on Waze for a very long time and then I guess since Google acquired them they're like, well, fuck, we might as well put it on there.
Is it even worth companies like once one particular program has become like the go-to for everybody or for the majority? It's not even worth.
It's always worse to be like the Yahoo.com, right? I mean, they're still making money,
well,
right?
if you can do it and do it better, then sure. But if you're just going to have the exact same fucking product.
You're just getting the people that don't want the main. I don't know. I feel like people don't want they want to be off the beaten path, so you're gonna make money from it, just not as much as the main guy, and you got to be okay with it.
Everybody here's a Google person.
Yeah.
What do you mean as far as what?
Bing.
Yeah, like when you do a search.
Yeah.
So that's like the standard now. I remember when there were holdouts.
Jeeves.
You had the Ask Jeeves, you had the Bing,
Web crawler.
Yeah,
Yahoo.
You had the Yahoo.
Mozilla.
Yahoo would be second, right?
Yeah, I think
Firefox.
There's the Google.
Booble.
They kind of
came out.
They kind
as
of took the
Did you
big.
say Booble?
They were like the big dog. And then what happened to
It's a good
Google
one, though.
Earth? I don't see as many people Google Earthing anymore. Was that burned hot, didn't it?
I think it was just a novelty at first. Where
what
you're
the
like,
hell's
oh
the
my
point
god.
just to see Earth.
Just you could see the world a little bit. Go over there and look at the Sphinx a little bit, and then come back and look at the White
You get a
House.
satellite view of your house.
Yeah, look at the maps.
Stuff like that, yeah.
It's so pixelated. What the shit?
But like once you look
They
at your
made them
house,
better. They made them 3D now. Yeah, it's a little better.
you look at your house and the old car you used to drive, and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, that's about
It's
enough.
the same thing.
I got nothing after
It was
this.
like the old house. It was like 15 years ago house. I don't know how they got a
It's
picture
the
of that.
same thing you do on Zillow when you get an account. You go, you search your house, you look at it, then you search all your friends' houses, and then you yell to your wife, "Ours is worth more." Everybody knows that. It's the same reason you go on Facebook
You
to
see
look
your
at
friend
your
mowing their lawn.
ex-girlfriend's tits.
Like,
Yeah,
My house looks like shit on there.
Oh, really?
It's the before picture.
No,
Before I
no
started-
mural.
Before no mural. Oh, it was before the mural.
Hey, you've been doing photo shoots in your backyard with anime characters?
What?
Maybe.
Hold on, what is this?
You didn't know about that? You don't follow him on Instagram, do you?
No, I do.
I'm
but-
scrolling through.
does.
I'm taking a massive diarrhea one morning, and I'm just scrolling through, and then I see a mural. No, it came up in my feed, and I see a hot girl dressed like a Pikachu with a mural, and I'm like, that fucking looks like the wave. That I forget the famous artist.
Great Wave of Kanagawa.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I know that. I was like, hey, Seth has that. I'm gonna screenshot this and send it to Seth. And then I looked down, I'm like, fuck, it is Seth. And it's his backyard being used for like a sexy photo shoot.
Hey, do you have furries at your house?
No, it's one of my students. So no.
Student. They needed like a.
She's a really sweet girl. Yeah.
She is. Her costuming was great. The mural was great. Am I not supposed to talk about this? I'm sorry.
No, you
man.
can.
Like,
I don't
yeah.
give a shit.
So
it's out on the internet. It's
Here, I'll show Tom. I want to see what he says.
So one of your students wants to do sexy photo shoot and is inside your house. I feel like
we're gonna
this
say
is
no.
the,
I'm a nice person.
I feel like this is crossing the line here. I'm your teacher.
When you write it down, the phrase sounds.
It sounds bad. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yabba dabba.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Were you looking at your blinds?
Oh, there's a lot of photos, and then
Were
like
you out there swimming?
Oh, there's another.
No, I wasn't. I was cooking in my kitchen.
Oh, yeah, you were. What does that mean? What is that code for?
Your teaser out.
Like, who's looking at the mail slot?
Cooking up a batch of my famous clam chowder.
All right, want to do another story?
Yeah, I did this story because we might talk a lot about this once I did this last. Because yesterday on a Gentleman's Guide, I heard you guys talking about gift giving and for Christmas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, are you guys impressed that I actually listened to
Yeah, I
your
was about
shows?
to say.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting
So
for it.
you're the guy.
You know, I signed up on Twitch and everything like that too. I'm like all about it.
Yeah, he jumps in there.
You had nothing else to do?
Howard Stern was rerun, so.
No sexy photo shoots?
All right. The best gifts to give someone according to their love language.
All right.
That's important. Love language is huge to me.
Yeah.
Like, I realized in my later years and all the relationships I had, love language is a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no better excuse to shower loved ones with gifts than being in mid the holiday season. But while one family member may love receiving a buzzy product, like a high-tech makeup mirror, I don't know how you say that. Other friend might rather have the opportunity to spend time together on a new experience, like cooking a class or something like that. Gift preferences often have to do with love language types, a concept created by Gary Chapman, author of The 5 Love Languages.
Hi, I'm Gary Chapman.
So, what I wanted to do was to ask each one of you guys, do you guys know what your love language is?
I don't know exactly what that means.
What? You don't know the 5 love languages?
No. Explain to them.
Physical. Okay, so it's whatever you enjoy, whatever way you feel love the most. Like, do you enjoy physical touch? Is that how you like to show?
I've mentioned I've mentioned this to you before about how I think you and Crystal have a very interesting love language.
So there's physical touch, words of
yelling,
words of
old bitch.
Hold on, listen.
Settle down.
Let psychologists have talk. Words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, and acts of service.
I'm definitely receiving gifts and acts of service. I like blue
can only be
jobs and
one.
money.
I'm huge on acts of service to me. Like if somebody like takes my glass and fills it up with water for me, or like takes my plate after I'm done like eating or something like that.
So a servant.
That's an acts of service. That's the fucking point of the fucking thing.
You know what? I
like that. That's
like
the
when
way that
Andrea-
Emma showed love. I like that.
I'll forget every night I go to bed with a massive Yeti cup filled to the brim with just pure vodka. No, it's the RO water. I'm back to still water at night. Like I'm even off the bubbly and all of that. It's just like I'm just drinking straight water, and it's my favorite thing at night. Like I look forward to it. And if I forget it, it does. To go along with Seth, and maybe this has something to do because there are some similarities between us. When Andrea she'll goes, "Oh, I brought your cup up," and I can hear it coming up the stairs, and I get super happy about
so
it. It's
nice,
like I know
right?
that's such a tiny little fucking thing that Tom wants. I'm looking into his eyes. He wants to beat
No,
me up right now.
That's
but
huge
I'm just
to me.
saying that
Just stuff like that
I
is
love it.
huge
It's
to me.
very
Like,
important
that's
to me,
like-
and when she
me
does
too.
it means like I know it's silly and stupid, but it means a lot to me.
Me too. I'm the same way. So you think you're acts of service then?
A little bit, but I do like. What were the other ones? Give me the first three. I missed those.
Physical touch.
Physical touch.
Yeah, I'm a
which is
physical
pretty
touch guy.
Affirmation.
Words of affirmation
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, you're not fat, honey. You're cute."
Like building you up.
Those
and-
mean nothing to me. Like
I don't think Tom ever gets that.
No, I got into an argument. I'll give you a real one.
Quality time, which I don't think any guys.
You like that? You're a time guy, right?
Oh, really?
If my wife says like, "God, you were so funny today," I'm like, "What the fuck? Who are you?" And they're like,
Yeah, like
that's words of affirmation.
Like the words of affirmation are like last night. Like I'm going to therapy and do all this kind of stuff, trying to better myself. And Andrea was saying something about that, and actually it was at a time when I didn't want to think about me being crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So it was almost like, can I go 5 minutes without somebody saying, like, she was like, I'm really proud of you and I'll be here no matter what, like that kind of thing. And I'm like, well, God damn it, I wasn't thinking about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it went the opposite. We actually got in a little bit of an argument about it. And I fucking, I tore the fucking ceiling fan down.
You know what?
No, I didn't do that.
I need to learn this because other people, I've realized, need to be told, like, that you love them and, like, that's shown.
Words of affirmation.
And I thought for a long time that it's like, I love you. Yeah, that's all. Like, I told you.
Oh, that's a great way to say it.
I love you.
What the fuck? I love you.
This should be till death. You already know. It's already established. Let's move on.
It was in the contract.
Now I'm going to do anything, right?
For me, just saying it.
I signed the fucking paper.
For me, just saying it isn't enough. My ex used to say I love you all the time, but she didn't show it. So I need, like, the act of, like, showing it. Just words are just
high
words
maintenance.
Wow, you're just figuring that out.
I can't wait until you're sitting on the edge of the bed and Atreyu is holding your hand. and he looks into your eyes and he says, 1, 2, skip these 3. And you go,
11 fingers. One's gonna go up your ass.
Oh my God. I got too real.
Affirmation.
So let me go down. I'll go.
Throw me in the dumpster.
all guys like physical touch, right? So maybe
most guys do.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, who does? Okay, so this would be something good to get your partner if physical touch is important to them.
Okay.
People of this love
Human
language,
hands.
They often.
I got you these hands. You can rub them all over you. Just rub the hand side, not the bone side.
Yeah.
They often favor physical signs of affection, like a hug or a kiss, to be a meaningful way to convey love. Obviously, it depends on your boundaries in the relationship, but you should be at that point where you're fucking already. So. But if it's an intimate
romantic,
classy.
If it's an intimate relationship, gifting someone with a massage or even romantic favors may be more appreciated than buying them something super expensive from a store. So something physical,
like a massage.
Like here's a one ticket for me.
I like the hypervolt.
All right.
But when my wife starts hammering my thighs, my balls tickle.
Oh, that's
Have you done that yet? Have you had your wife hammer your thighs?
No.
It'll make you unstiff. That's why you're stiff. Have Crystal hammer your thighs with that thing. You got to lay on your belly, hands up, and then just have her, go start on 1, and then do 2, and then when you get to 3, it'll loosen you up.
Get the glutes.
Hammer my ass?
I let her hammer my ass, but then she started being funny girl and sticking it in there and hammering my butthole.
Everybody's got to do that.
Yeah, why? I didn't do it to her. I hammered her ass nicely, and then she took it and put it right on the holes and hammered my fucking asshole. I'm like, you're smushing my roids.
Seth, are you the type of guy? Because I know some guys out there
Yes.
that the affirmation, your partner like telling you like how good you are, complimenting you. Do you need that in a
No,
relationship?
you asked me this before.
Because it seems like you do.
No, it's important, I guess, but not like as important as like an act.
Well, then if your partner never did it.
Then I would want it. Yeah.
Okay. Like what? Like once. A week,
it's only because this is gonna sound really conceited, but what doesn't when I talk about things, like I hear it from other people, like fans and stuff like that. So to not hear it from the person that I'm with and love, that would get under my skin. Like, look, I'm hearing it from all these people. Why the fuck aren't you?
Atreyu says I look good on my Instagram.
I knew
you haven't said
would be a nightmare to be with. So.
I don't need
No,
your
that's
compliment.
not bad.
Fucking Atreyu is gonna pull me out of the mud.
One
Sounds
day,
worse than it is. What do you mean?
Awesome.
big
we'll be
and
riding
strong.
Falcor together.
Look, Sam. I'm a big giver, and I'm
foul
big
to
on
the
words.
core.
I'm like so nice to the
You're
person.
very
I'm like,
needy. It sounds like.
No, but I'm very, very giving as well. So I
Wait
just
till you see my never-ending butthole.
I expect a lot back from what I give because I give a lot. So I just expect not all of what I give, but just something back.
One day we'll be flying on the rock, and I'll be like, "How are we alive and how we're in space?" It should be weird. Instantly killed.
If you eat someone's butthole in space, does it make a sound? Probably not, right? Vacuum.
It's a vacuum.
Was that the last story?
I mean, it was gonna.
He was gonna go through all
Oh, do you
the
have
love
one more where
languages.
somebody died and you can't say their name?
Yep.
D Megadoodle.
Well, this is kind of more. Of course, I feel bad that this person passed away, but
No, you don't.
I do. Slipknot fan dies after falling close to the mosh pit. at a concert. Yeah, it's bad.
That's sad.
But the thing is, a man reportedly died after collapsing.
Mufasa? Like fell into
Well, this
shit happens. I've been trampled on in mosh pits.
But this happens a lot at concerts, and that's why a lot of venues.
He wasn't
have
in the mosh pit. He came out of the mosh pit. He was Richard Valdez. He was 62. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, good on him, though.
Why? But, no, good on him. Why the fuck was he in a mosh pit?
He's trying to hide in the bathroom. Yeah, he's living his life, man. I think that's kind of cool. I mean,
if that's how he wanted to go out, then cool. But I don't think that's how he wanted to go out.
I think it's pretty dangerous, but, man, those older metalheads, they'll go. Like, they're really into it.
Witnesses told the media that Valdez initially seemed fine and that he joined in on some mosh pits, a common occurrence at heavy metal gigs.
Sure.
And basically everyone was jumping around in the mosh pit, having a good time, just being friendly, roughhousing dorks as usual for metal-going concerts. Then according to witnesses, he got out of the mosh pit and just fell over right outside the mosh pit.
I think that's what
and he went into a seizure, which at point witnesses reportedly called for help, and he was dead.
Well, what was the fucking cause of death, though? Like, that could have he could have just had a heart attack.
Maybe he was listening to Corey Feldman's music and was like so disgusted.
I don't know.
I
think I want to go like
Corey
that.
and Slipknot.
I want to go doing something I really enjoy.
Do you know, like in situations where there's like just a massive humanity, and then like people are pushing towards something or whatever, like it happens at soccer games, and then one person like will fall down underneath the
and
mask.
that person's usually the lesser narp of everyone.
Yeah, but it's just like you're like, oh my god,
bro, that's happened at Black Friday sales, and people have died.
Because then inevitably there are people that are standing on a dead body because they have nowhere to go. And then
I think you straddle it.
No, but you can't because you're so smushed together. You're like, I'm standing on a corpse.
You think you're standing on a mud pit because it's mushy, but it's like a dead body.
That's happened before. Like
you stand on the sturdier part. Do you stand on the ass cheeks? Right? You know,
squishy.
Like, I feel like you do. I feel like you want to get above, like on crowd surf your way out. Why doesn't anybody do that?
Don't stand on the hands because that could get messy.
You think people are gonna crowd surf someone out?
No. I'm saying for you,
when you're getting out of here right away.
When you're getting squished, I feel like you would climb on top of people's heads.
Yeah, but if there's so much pressure behind you, you will get pulled down.
Yeah. You're being smushed.
Is there any way to? I mean, you can't survive that, right?
Well, some people get crushed by their like other humanity just pushing. Like, I remember wasn't there a soccer riot like in the 70s?
Yeah,
it was
killed a bunch of people, man. That's they still to this day every year they'll commemorate it. Yeah,
I just feel like there's such a bunch of animals. I just see a cow is trampling over another.
They do a moment of silence. You know, they do the black armband. Yeah, it was terrible.
The Liverpool '98.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, maybe. You know, I think it was Liverpool, but I don't remember what.
What's insane is there's so many people.
98 people, I think that guy.
Or 98. Oh, you mean that? Yeah.
Can push so much that the pressure ends up being like 100 times what a human can push.
It happened to Jon Snow in Game of Thrones.
Well, it happened all the time.
You guys
on
remember
Walking
that
Dead.
episode where he got crushed?
Yeah.
That was the kind of the horde, or what were those things called? A herd or whatever.
Yeah.
You'd get a bunch of zombies. They'd pile up, and they'd. I
don't think that would ever happen to me.
If we had enough people, like. And engineered some way in order for them to not be trampled, like I don't know, like some sort of a suit where you can't fall over, but we were all able to just walk forward or lean into it. Could we knock like Publix down or something, or push through a wall or something?
No,
like a wall of Iron Man.
The humans up front would be smushed by the human. That's what happens.
I'm saying you'd have to engineer it so they're
like a suit, a certain type of suit. I don't know how that works.
Be like an avalanche suit.
Like
they have those.
I'm gonna work on that. Avalanche suit.
With enough people like pulling a rope, because everybody's power gets multiplies, and then you could pull whatever you want if you had the strong enough rope and enough people, right? Like, I mean, is there a limit to that? Like, with 100,000 people, could you pull down like Daniel said, like anything you want, and like, or is there a cap?
A long rope.
No, I know.
Yeah, I think there's
maybe there's a cap to the strength.
I think it reaches a point where the people that are pulling the people.
Okay,
and that is where you'll have diminishing returns.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Dude, I like that. You explained it to me. Now
is that mistake? We're morphing into the same. Man, the orb is still getting me. Oh, it's getting me bad.
Something happened. Yeah, because I've been. My life's been great.
It just makes me want to Google Black Friday openings and watch people get
some of them
Again, you're laughing at death, and I don't
Oh, it's not
feel...
death. People just get hurt doing it. But
People have died.
Why are they out there doing? I mean, come on, they're out there. You're out there going
Not
into Black Friday
everyone
rushing.
can
You're an
afford
idiot.
2 Hellcats, Seth. Some of us got to fight for a TV.
They want the 42-inch Westinghouse
That's
for
ridiculous.
$199.
That's Tony Rage. You'll never let it die. Tony Rage bought that Westinghouse TV. We wore his ass out.
I feel like we don't hear as many stories for Black Friday. Or
Yeah,
am I just
Cyber
not
Monday.
looking at it?
Because people are smart and do Cyber Monday now instead.
Or you can just do Black Friday on Amazon.
Or you can buy another Hellcat and you get a free TV with it, which is what I did.
Wow.
What are you gonna do with it? You're having
I'm literally sitting in my garage. I don't know what to do with it.
Jesus.
What, the car or the TV?
The TV. I don't know.
because it's just
The car too is sitting in the garage for the past
Have
month.
you gotten really on it? You been riding it good?
No, I can't. I got to baby it for like 500 miles.
Oh,
1,000
they
miles.
make you do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many horsepower in this one?
797.
That's a lot of fucking
like-
horsepower.
they're
This
like-
one is 70. The
you
one I
get
have
a-
now is 707. My old one's 707. That I
you get a
drove it.
free
crazy.
42-inch Westinghouse with this $80,000 Hellcat.
No, it's
You're
a
like, yes,
Westinghouse.
I'm gonna
It's a
buy it.
I think it's a Sony. I think TV. I don't know.
It's a
what it is.
Sony.
You can buy it at
Sony.
Walmart for
Yeah, you can get it
$200.
I'm thinking I was gonna do a giveaway at the gym for it. Like whoever I don't know gives us the most Google review. Not at my gym.
Let's take a quick break.
Yes,
when
sir.
we come back, we'll do some voicemails and emails. And I'll go ahead and plug KDK Accountancy Corporation. Our
man.
accountants have been great to us. If you're a small business or if you have IRS problems, go talk to Bernie, OrlandoCPA.net.
Tis the season to not get into tax trouble.
Yeah.
Or if you're starting like a small business or something, go talk to Bernie. He'll help you out. He helped me out a lot.
Yeah, he can help you out with everything.
Yeah,
You know,
make sure you got your LLC set up. Make sure your taxes are all right. You're your own
I've
CPA.
opened up businesses. I can help you. I know how to
I'm
do
not
it.
trusting you.
What?
You go to legal.
One successful real estate business. I have 3 successful businesses that would help you any way you want.
You gotta show up with a Pikachu
Whoa, watch
costume.
out, bro.
I have 3 successful businesses.
And I count this one as number 4.
I would not count this one. I wouldn't count this
I'm
one.
not talking shit, but
no.
all the other
You did what happened to Smoothie King.
all the other business
I
owners,
sold it to my ex-wife, and she ruined it, not me.
all the other business
Like,
owners.
there's cum everywhere.
I got a
can't
contract.
salvage
I got
it.
a contract for every single high school in Orange County with me.
Whoa. With what? What's that mean? That sounds terrible.
I got a contract to serve smoothies.
That's because you never stop working hard to get those contracts because you want.
The teens.
Well, yeah.
The
there was a stripper. Oh my god.
all I know is that
Stop it.
In high school?
Yes, she was a legit stripper, and she was like turning 18 the next month. She had tattoos all over her chest in high school. I was like, all the kids come up to me like, yeah, she's a stripper.
if I text
God.
What were you doing at the high school?
How'd you know
I
about the
was
tattoos all over
I
her
was
chest?
slinging smoothies every lunch period. I
Oh my
went
God, he
and
was
sold
slinging smoothies at high schools. All right, we should go to break. Go to break.
Dude, you should have never been doing that.
What do you mean? I made tons of money.
hey, who wants a shagadelic?
I was with my wife at the time. We were doing it together.
Can I interest any of you ladies in a peanut butter Elvis?
2 protein blasts coming up. Anyway, the business owners that I text, say, hey, can you be here in 15 minutes? And every single one will be like, what are you talking about? And Seth will be like, of course I can. All I'm saying.
Get 30 smoothies in the back of my Hellcat's a wide body.
It is a wide body. I got a wide body this time. I can fit
more smoothies.
I can fit like 6-inch more smoothies on
Yeah,
each side.
that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
That's a good amount of smoothies.
I'm gonna do more Christmas music from Piebald. I like these guys. This song is called "Rebellion of Winter," and you'll like it. It's punk rock Christmas music. Who doesn't like that? 1-844-TOMNDAN. We'll be right back. Welcome back to a mediocre time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha and Butler and everybody are running around here. We're getting organized.
Where'd we just go?
Seth is here.
That's all that matters.
I heard you have it written down, but the Coast a sunglass place is closing in Daytona.
Yeah, I think it did. I don't necessarily know if they're downsizing, but I think they're moving operation or their headquarters from Daytona.
Do you think the internet and like social media and just the ease of like it's killed a little bit of the sunglass business.
I think retail in general.
Yeah. I don't really know on this one because I saw some people, like everybody hates. Is it Luxottica that owns every single?
Yeah, they basically just.
It's like a monopoly on.
Put your brand on every glasses they make. They're all coming from the same factory, right?
Yeah, so like I think it has something to do with them like absorbing Costa. I don't. That may be totally wrong, but I was trying to filter through comments when I was reading the story. And I think it had something to do with Luxottica, like buying them, because I can remember like brands that I really liked, like. Persol. I'm trying to think of other luxury. Is Ray-Ban a Luxottica product?
I'm not.
Or do they stand on their own? I don't know, but I know the sunglass business is crazy. Because it's like one company owns like every single one of them.
Yeah, and it's all coming from the same factory, and they're all just putting different brands on it. But sunglasses are weird in the fact that I think primarily it was like the buying experience of going to a place and trying them on and doing the whole thing, that we're losing now because of the internet, right?
Yeah, but I like that because like there are some sunglasses, like I bought a pair online, but it was only a pair that I'd already had that I knew fit well.
Because you don't know they fit well. That's like huge with sunglasses.
Yeah, I like to put them on, feel them, kind of see how they look on my brain, stuff like that.
I love the gamble of actually just buying them randomly. Like now recently, I've the last probably 4 pairs that I've bought have all been random pairs that I'm like, fuck it, throw them on, and then it's like, all right, winner.
I can't tell you the last time I bought sunglasses.
Well, you went cheap ones, right? Not Like that's
their style that I like. I mean, but
because I don't want to.
I just wear Tom and Dan ones or any other promotional White Claw sunglasses.
Yeah, I'm a sunglass guy, so I typically wear a pair of sunglasses that I've purchased specifically for wearing.
Well, you take care of your stuff. Where
I put it in a case and put it on my desk, and
I don't have those abilities.
Yeah, I know.
So I just have to buy, the cheapest glasses.
You stole my White Claw ones.
I know. I wear. I got a new pair. Tom and Dan.
I got a new pair that he's trying to steal. They were on my side of the table. Now something's going on.
Because I've inevitably, like, even when we got free Costas through.
Well, that's why I put it on the list. The reason I put it on the list was to talk about that. It was like, is now the time? Like, if they're not done, if Daytona is not done, if you guys haven't liquidated, if anybody works there, we'll take some of your free sunglasses since you guys are got to have some laying around.
And
we're allowed to.
The company's not folding.
I know, but they're moving, so you know how it is when you move. Every place that's ever moved that I've ever seen, even stores over here, you go over there, like this karate place up here. They're in business. I'm not saying anything bad about them. They look great. But let's say if I went up there, sorry, Seth.
No, I know them personally.
But I'm just saying, if I went up there and if I looked in the window and they had moved out, there'd be a karate trophy, there'd be a couple belts, there's always a little bit of shit laying around. And the only reason
there's got to be a couple sunglasses.
That's what I'm saying.
On the floor.
So look around.
Display models.
Find some sunglasses. I'll even take a sunglass case. I'm into that now.
Some of the old blades,
just send them to us and we'll do something with them. I'll put them on my Etsy shop since I'm buying all the toys.
No, people are mad about that.
Well, one guy, he's like, that is the lowest shit I have ever heard of. And I was like, fuck you.
Let's
Barbie?
Let's do some mail on mail.
All right, buddy. Here we go.
Hey guys, thanks for calling 1-800-HOT-DICK, the place to find real action with real men. To make it even better, we've got new low prices. So low, we're practically giving it away free.
If you are a man seeking a woman, press 1. If you are a woman seeking a man, press 2. If you are a man seeking a man, press 3.
Mail on mail.
Mail on Mail brought to you by Johnny's Other Side, Johnny's Filling Station.
Hey, my husband's band's playing there tomorrow night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Melodic Descent. 7:30 to 10:30.
Melodic Descent tomorrow night, 7:30 to 10:30. Johnny's always has.
They got that 5-stack burger. I posted that in the video group.
Sam and I keep looking at that burger.
It's 5 stacks.
No shit.
Yeah, but it looks
patties,
so
5
good.
slices of cheese.
And they did it right. I'll tell you what they did right when they presented it. They didn't put like lettuce, tomato.
No, just meat and cheese.
No, it's literally just perfectly melted cheese, and the burgers are cooked perfectly, and it's got a beautiful brioche bun on the top. Oh my god,
that's like an upgraded version for the 7x7 at Steak and Shake.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want to
7x7.
get that, and I want it with nothing on it because I want to be able to taste. The reason you're eating that is to taste the meat and cheese, right?
Which tastes great together.
Of course it does.
I want that burger.
Is it grass fed?
Johnny's other side.
I'm guessing no, but
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
I know.
But I think you should eat it anyway.
I was wishful
Seth.
thinking.
But you know, Johnny can surprise you at times because he was like, I think one of the first people to try like a meatless option. He was one of the first person to try like these type of salads that nobody else was doing with like organic chicken and stuff. So you never know.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know what he's saying.
Nothing.
By the way,
I was making fun of the meatless thing, but I eat meatless stuff all the time, to be honest.
And also,
Do you like the Beyond or the Impossible?
Impossible. Sausage, not the meat. The sausage is
The
less
Impossible sausage. Oh, man. Something funny there.
Oh, I do.
But there's less additives in that than the meat, I think.
I'm going to start calling, my wrestling name is Impossible
Sausage.
And I'm going to wear a suit, like a casing.
I forgot to talk about this, but
what'd you do?
So on Fridays, in an effort to have Tommy experience different things and be more independent, we decided that like some of the other kids in his class buy their lunch on Fridays, right?
Yeah.
Man, I used to fucking love buying my lunch.
So, we found out some of Tommy's friends buy their lunch on Fridays, and we're like, "Hey, do you want to buy your lunch?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it." So
I can
Buy
remember
the lunch where? Like from outside source? From the
no, like
from school?
he's in his kindergarten,
You go
so
to the
it's
lunch
like,
line.
it's the cafeteria.
Yeah. I used to love that, man.
Isn't that the norm?
Well, he brings his lunch. Usually, we make it
He's
for
a
him,
bringer
whatever.
lunch kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
One of them.
I started as
So one of them, the people that bought their lunch when I was a kid, they were like the poor ones.
Yeah, they're the poor ones.
It
Right.
switched though.
That's what I'm saying. You got a rich kid over here.
Yeah, I started as a
no.
bringer, and it was peanut butter and jelly all day long with regular Lay's potato chips. That's all I got. I got a half peanut butter and jelly and a small bag, not even a bag that zips, the bag that you tuck
Yes.
the top piece
Oh,
in
those are the
with,
worst.
with crumbs
still
of
make
Lay's
those?
potato chips. That's all I got for fucking 12 years.
I was on that free
That's
lunch,
all
yo.
I got.
I get.
And then I bought my lunch, and it changed the world.
I constantly have to change it up because Chris was like peanut butter jelly again, and I'm making chicken sandwiches.
Chicken
Jesus
sandwiches.
Christ.
Dude, I'm coming to your house for lunch. You're
Corn
a good
dog,
dad.
Fries?
corn
dog.
Oh yeah.
Not
yeah.
only did my
Do
mom
they get
pack
to
me,
heat it up, or they got to eat a cold corn dog?
I wrap it in foil. But I
You're
heat it
a
up
good dad. You're a good
the
dad.
whole morning.
not only did my mom
You know what I give
pack me-
Maisie for lunch? I give her a stack of turkey pepperoni, 2 cheese cubes, and then I stuff some M&Ms in a pouch.
I'm cooking scrambled eggs, pancakes, and fruit.
What are you fucking IHOP over here? Yeah, this guy's like being a first watch. He's a short order chef. He's like,
I panic every morning.
Adam and Eve on a raft, wreck 'em.
Anyway, so
Lucky to get cinnamon toast crunch.
this is not,
My dad packed me a pre-lunch as well as a lunch. My mom
What's
made
a
my
pre-lunch?
because
For fat kids.
in
Husky.
his effort to make me a super athlete, he packed me a pre-lunch of rice and beans to eat before my lunch and told me to eat it 2 hours prior to
Eat
my
your
lunch.
rice and beans. You're a super athlete.
Yes, to try
would
to
eat it
to
during
try to-
class?
to
Tough
try-
is great.
Yeah, and the class, the teacher knew that I did that every time, so he allowed me to do it for class to eat during class because he's like, oh, it's
smell like goddamn beans.
oh, it smelled bad. It's the whole fucking class will smell like a fart.
Smells like sofrito in here.
It's like Butler's
But
lunches.
they let me do it, and everyone's like, "Oh, just Seth eating his pre-lunch." So it's
Wow, that's weird.
Is a fat kid eating his beans again? God damn.
yeah, pretty much.
Tinks.
Well, I was called.
There's a diabetic girl in my class who
It
kept eating
sounds like
crackers.
something you're saying. You're like, we can do that? Does a fat kid eat beans in a classroom? Sounds like a bear.
At the time, I was mop head.
Anyways,
that's with a rabbit.
So this happened like 2 weeks ago. So we sent him to buy his lunch. Now, there was no instruction. We don't know what they serve or whatever.
Hilarious.
So
They give you a menu.
They give you a menu. Yeah, you can look it up online too.
I don't know any of
menu?
these things.
Wow.
No, you look it up online. They do it. They do it week to week.
Listen, that's my my wife's deal. She's the one who's like, I'm making the fucking
Yeah, you're
thing.
the
Like,
short
buy
order
the
chef,
fucking- yeah. The Waffle House. I'm like,
I got your steak and cheese coming right up, Tommy. Max, what do you want? Ceviche. All right,
No
I'm on it.
steak,
I'm on it. I
no
need fresh
steak,
lines.
just
Fresh
cheese.
lines. On it too. Coming up. Yeah.
So Tommy came home 2 weeks ago, and then my wife's like, "Oh, what'd you get for lunch today?" And he's like, "I got a cheeseburger," right? And she knew. It's not like they serve Beyond Burgers.
Yeah, it's not quality
kindergarten
either.
or whatever. They
Well,
serve
it's
regular.
closer to the Beyond Burger than it is
It's
to.
gonna say potentially
real
that was
one.
not meat.
Like how much real meat is actually in there?
They had
Exactly.
soybean patties when I was younger.
And
Yeah, we had soybean.
Tommy doesn't know.
That explains a
There
lot.
wasn't a lot of beef in there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
It's the type of burgers that if you eat too many of them, I think you grow titties.
So he ate the
Yeah,
whole
it's genetically modified soy.
Ate a whole goddamn cheeseburger. Real
Loved
meat.
it?
Well, what
Did
did
he
he
love
say?
it?
Attaboy.
No, you just said it's like I'm good. You don't know, like you don't know
he's
the
like,
difference.
it's
Like the but true to my wife's word, she didn't freak out about it. She didn't try to be like,
good.
never eat that again, never slap his face. Or she was like, oh, okay, like,
Yeah,
because she wanted him to make his own decision.
It would make me sad though. Like if I were like,
it made her sad.
it would
I
make
saw
me
it in her
sad.
eyes.
It would make me sad.
It made me happy because I knew it crushed her a little bit inside. Because
Jesus.
I'm like, they murdered that cow. Oh, it was bad.
Oh my god!
They bolted him good. And, bolted him.
You ever try to
Bolted
take
him.
apart in high school, middle school? If you ever tried to disassemble your cheeseburger and put like condiments on it,
No.
the bread would like
Stuck.
it was stale, so
Yeah.
it would like separate itself, and you'd have to put your ketchup and mustard on top of bread, and then put bread on top of your bread.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. Like I
Those
really,
meat
don't
patties
think-
were dry
and
as hell.
I like
Square
the
pizza?
I just remember the square
tater
pizza,
tots
which was
underneath the
amazing.
pizza. Right? Did you guys have that?
No.
So what they do is it was a little styrofoam tray about the size of like a wallet.
Oh,
you
we
know,
had the
like a
hard
biker
plastic
wallet.
jail trays.
Yeah, I had that
Yeah,
too.
well, ours were. It was a little white. Well, you'd put it on your plastic tray, but it was a little tray like styrofoam, and then they put like 10 or 12 tater tots, like line them up, and then they put the pizza on top, and then they'd shrink wrap it.
No.
No.
So the
Didn't have
pizza
that.
would like keep the tater tots hot, but also soggy.
Yeah, soggy.
Yeah.
But we'd
Yeah.
still eat them because the flavor was good. But
I remember starting so many food fights in elementary school. Like
You
a
and food
lot.
fights.
A lot.
real life
And then, like, and the
yeah,
teachers
you're
come
like
to
a
me.
Revenge of the Nerds over here.
No, just like flicking peas. There's flicking peas everywhere. I just remember
Spitballs.
Peas.
Yeah, flicking peas a lot.
Good to know. Even at your 40th birthday, you're still doing the same
Yeah,
shit.
he was doing spitballs.
It
He
goes to
shot a
show you,
spitball that
same
hit a
person.
woman's titties.
Oh, it nicked her titties.
And then it went into her cleavage, and he's right. I'm not lying.
I remember that.
And then the Russians cheering, and I'm the only one drinking beer.
First email.
Oh.
It was fun.
Sorry.
Forgot we were doing that.
Oh yeah, I could have.
Started talking about school lunch. All right.
I know I got hungry.
Hey, crew, a couple of questions. Having heard how Dan misses having a baby in the house, but his wife is not a fan of another colic situation, as well as Tom's wistful moment to where his kids was ignorant of his ignorance, but with the vasectomy, no more of that is happening. So I wonder, would foster kids ever come across your mind? I asked this of Sam as well. I understand you're not a fan of kids, but with the potential of the Bart Merrick team getting you a new house with space, maybe 7 years down the line you can foster a 6-year-old with horrible dads like you have and just get them out of the environment they had no choice in. Is there an ideal situation to have any of the crew to become a foster parent? And then he's going to wait for the responst. And then
Okay,
we got another
we'll
thing
give a
going on.
response. I would say Fosters. It's Australian for nobody wanted you.
Wow.
Is that wrong?
Has anybody said that, or is that an original?
Someone did one.
That might be an
would
original.
be in this situation.
Fosters.
I will tell you, anybody who does that, my cousin fostered 2 kids and ended up adopting them, and it was a insane nightmare going through the whole system of adoption
process.
And
the government sucks.
It's also kind of
And
scary.
there's so much red tape and bullshit.
the kids were abused to the point where the dad was like a crackhead. They broke the kid's leg, broke his femur. He was like a 3-year-old.
come on.
Dude, it was a
For
real
the
bad.
love of God.
And so they lived with them for a couple years, and they went through the whole adoption process and stuff. And after I want to say 3 years, it finally was finalized. But it was a lot of time and money, a lot of going to the court appointments, and
that's a pain.
I had some really good friends.
Why do
that
they make
were-
it so
they're
difficult
good people.
If they want people to be kids to be adopted, why would
I
they
agree.
make it so fucking?
The whole because once they legally say this is your your kid now, there's no going back. Like I think that's.
Oh, I could go drop it off somewhere.
No. Well, I'm saying for like they think about this. Like the government is now taking someone else's kid and then giving it to another family and saying now this whole country recognizes you as the parents and this other parent, nope. Like that's
that just took 5 minutes to say. Write that down on paper.
Well,
and be done with it.
think about how
extremely expensive to adopt a kid.
Yeah, but
like
see, that's what I was
astronomical.
But think about for the
The SPCA does it in like 25 minutes.
I know, but the fear
with a chip.
The fear is
And
that
spade.
the government's going to
a couple weeks later
give
with a
your
spade.
kid to someone else and then say it's legally theirs and there's no recourse after that. Like I think that's why it's so hard because everybody has that fear, so they put all these checks and balances.
Oh my God!
in
Alex in our Twitch chat room says my parents went through the process to foster and adopt a sister for me.
For him.
Or do me, it says, but I'm guessing for. But oh man, some of the kids are really scary. One told my mom she would love living there, but only if I wasn't around also. Didn't work out so well.
Well, kids are, if they're growing up through the foster system, sometimes it's not great.
I know some people, like a family that used to foster kids, and the kids would come in and stay with them for like a month to like a year, and then they'd eventually get adopted, and they were really good at it and wonderful fucking people. You know what I mean? Like they were like, it was almost like they were designed to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say their name because I know for a fact they do listen to the show and they're really good family friends, but they did it. I want to say like maybe 25 kids. That's a lot of kids, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a
and
lot.
a lot of their own money and food and time, and they were made to do that.
The people that do it are really good people. My
I
wife,
feel like I could do that.
You-
I really do.
I can see you doing that because a lot of people don't see the
they see the psycho side of me
the
here, but they don't see the normal side.
acting crazy side. But I know the sensitive side. Like if anybody had really witnessed the birthday party, you'd have seen a little bit of spitballs. But most of the time, he was just sitting there quietly with his girlfriend, being like really like contemplative and happy. You know,
my balls were out the entire time.
I think
popped out the top of my shorts.
Why would you pull
I
your
just
balls
wanted,
out of
I
you?
just wanted to see if
I
anyone
didn't
noticed.
see your balls.
I know nobody noticed. I wanted to see if anybody
You
noticed.
did the whole birthday. I take everything I said about you back. Every fucking thing.
I had my dick out the whole time.
What the fuck? I'm giving you a
Calm
compliment.
down, Weinstein. What? I think it's really hard to even become
Look like a meatball.
a foster parent. Like you have to go through a lot of checks.
I'd
and,
rather foreign exchange kids than do
Same
that.
people
people
did
do
that.
that, yeah.
The same people did that.
My parents did that when I was younger, and it was weird.
So they would always have like people from France or like kids coming and staying with them.
So do you guys think you could foster a kid later on? That's the question.
My wife still talks about it.
think
Like
I could.
She started looking into like there's a lot of kids that needed fostering from the Bahamas after the hurricane and stuff. She looked into that. Like it seems like she's looked into it a lot. Now I never pulled the trigger. When the kids
Don't say it. That's phrasing.
when the boys grow up, I could feel like an empty nest possibility happening with my wife. Big time.
If I don't have a kid by the time I'm 45, will she have my kid?
What do you
Not
like,
sexually, not a relationship. Just have.
You must
I
have
want a
creamed by
kid.
your
I want a
wife.
kid.
Artificially inseminated.
180 grand. Plus,
Oh,
my
my
wife's gonna be
God.
old, so it might be.
Well,
Oh yeah.
Well, that's good for you. It'll give you more time to ride four-wheelers with your Bahamian.
You can buy a badass boat for 180
boys.
grand.
maybe doing a theme park.
I want to see you around Croom Forest with two little beautiful Jamaican boys riding four-wheelers. You've got a full ocean deck roster wig on fake Jesse. You guys are all driving around. Oh, God damn it.
Dude, speaking
the
of that,
future's going to be fucking awesome.
Surrogates, I know someone that was looked into that and looked into going through the whole process, and there are professional surrogates out there that is like it's.
Dude, I almost sold my eggs.
That,
You can get 5 to 10 grand per egg.
Yeah.
As a woman, but it is kind of it's harsh on your body. That's
I'll
Well,
sell
you're a
cup of
tally,
cum
so you got
somewhere.
those covered eggs.
Well, you
Yeah,
get
what?
you're too Neanderthal. There are guys that can sell.
Yeah, but you
their
don't get as
sperm.
much.
No.
Sperm donors
I got
don't
a
get
cup
as
of
much.
cum here.
Go out there
A
and yell at
testicle
the
though,
street.
we can donate a testicle and get some money.
Yeah, but again, not as much.
What about a
Guys
kidney?
don't get
I'll
as
totally
much.
give away a kidney for a couple.
No, I don't give away
A
anything.
couple grand? No, you can get a good money for.
I didn't know there was
kidneys.
professional service. I
You
should
get like $100K for a kidney.
100K?
But yeah, I think so.
Oh, totally. You can totally have one of my kidneys for 100K.
Dude,
I'll throw in a testicle too.
There are services. I've talked to SBK about this.
Throw my foreskin in as well.
There's services
God.
that will take
wants
you
that?
over
Somebody.
to India,
would take
and
it
then
for
there
A
are
mouse needs a scarf.
Tom wants it for his kids. You know, so you get
like there are rich people that need kidney transplants that
Yeah.
will go to like places and in other countries
Yeah,
where
and
they specialize, and then there will be a guy that's like
There are
selling
like villages that do that.
They'll like
I'll take a little kid's kidney if I was going.
they'll make the transaction. They'll
not
give-
the same, but kind of the same. My mother-in-law wants to go to Mexico for a root canal.
No,
it's like
I've heard
$100.
the old Mexican root
Yeah,
canal.
right.
Getting there would probably cost just as much as doing it. Where the hell she is?
No.
She wants to go right across the border. It's like right across Texas Mexico
I-
border. I was like, that's rough over there. She's like, it's cool.
I've heard Colombia is a place for breast augmentation. Like you can get a really good boob job for like
And booby
$500.
implants.
a third. Yeah, not $500. I think it's more than that, but a third of the price.
just thought that
you-
number. I have no idea.
It's way cheaper to go to Colombia, and they got good doctors and you know.
Yeah, a lot of hospitals are named Columbia, so it has to be great, right? Columbia Hospital.
Well, it's the like medical tourism. It's a
There's a
big
second
deal.
part of this email, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
It says, I guess this is more of a Sam or Dan question. I am extrapolating. Huh?
Extrapolating.
Extrapolating. There it is. From the personas y'all present, but you guys seem to be able to go multiple rounds with your partners. Now, do you consider a round as an orgasm for yourself or for both of you? Is coming necessary? Yes. I had orgasms without coming and it was awesome, but once I do, I am out of the game. Unless I'm in a group or sex club setting, I could go about 4 times in 90 minutes. But do you think caring and loving the partner allows you to be so viral, or is it your natural / drug-induced drive that make this viable option for y'all?
What?
That was a lot to that.
I'll fully admit I do not do multiple rounds, but it is usually a her coming and then me coming and then Disney Plus scenario.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Like that's the standard.
Yeah, it's the standard, but like I do ensure that she is taken care of first because it's way harder.
Oh yeah.
And then, it's not super hard. I know what I'm doing now, but at first, you know.
Yeah, it takes a little
After
getting
she
used
goes,
to.
it's autopilot.
Every girl's
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
You got to get used to
Yeah,
like,
at
what
first
they
it
like.
was an ordeal, but now I know exactly how to, to do it. And then, I mean, obviously I'm going to be easier because I think guys just in general, I'm sorry if that's a stereotype, but I think that one's true. I think it's easier for guys. And then
Unless there's whiskey dick involved or something, you know?
Yeah, and then I think maybe when we were dating, maybe we'd do it more than once, but nah, I'm not typically. You might be, though. More than
Depends.
once. Yeah, it depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom might be, actually. He's been.
I like how
I'm not going 90 minutes,
I like how
though.
they didn't
That's
ask
a
Tom.
little too
That's
much.
too much.
The email
yeah.
didn't even ask Tom. That's the greatest.
No.
Tom,
Well,
I don't know.
sexually
He
frustrating.
barely has sex.
I know that's a
that's
myth.
what's
I
going
think I think that he does have sex. He just doesn't like to talk about it.
The multiple times is a young man's game.
It is.
That's
It is.
back to back.
What if there's like
that's
a
too- I've never done
slight refractory period?
Yeah, like
Well,
30 minutes is the.
Yeah.
Oh, 30 minutes.
Well, you gotta
You're
stop
back at it in 30 minutes?
You got to let everything stop dripping out of there for a little while, right?
Oh, no,
and
come
then you
on.
got to go to the bathroom. You got to clear the lines.
Right.
Oh, bathroom, yeah. That's a
Like if like you're
wash my face with dial soap.
like the guys coming to the old West End Trading Company to make sure all the taps are clean. You go in there and you pee, and then you blot, and then you got to let that thing. You don't want it to whack around in your boxes if you to get the drips out, and then you're good to go.
No one wants a snail trail.
No, And then if you put it inside her with its cum on the tip.
come on.
Just saying.
That's fine.
It's lube, man.
Do that.
Works
No,
out.
It's not lube. That's a voicemail.
Oh, voicemail. Here we go.
Hey, Tom and Dan. I was listening to the Friday Free Show, and Ross made a great point about Tom bringing home a puppy for Christmas. Ever think about getting a basset hound? I mean,
Why that specific?
they're lazy. They're good dogs. I've had a few. But yeah, man, why don't you get a basset hound puppy? They're super good with kids and worth your time.
Okay.
Later.
I'm pro puppy. I think for this Christmas, you'd be a real hero if you guys got a puppy.
If you adopted a puppy, yes.
No, I know. She will only go for adoption. That's type scenario. But my whole argument is like, okay, I've said this before, but like.
We got 2 marks against basset hounds in the chat room. They are bark crazy and they get huge.
Well, they can get kind of stinky too, right?
They got stinky ears. 'cause
Yeah.
They got the droopy ear.
And you can't wash them a lot because of their skin oil or something like
Let's
that.
just get rid of all basset hounds.
Wow, you wouldn't ever do that. You're the biggest dog lover I know.
We have a basset hound owner and she's pissed that you said that.
I was totally joking. I would take all the basset hounds.
Yeah, he would.
What I
He's
mean
a
is get rid of
softie.
him and give him to me.
Get a husky.
And I'll have them all over my acreage.
What if they start eating your turtles?
Ooh, then that'd be a good fight. Turtle versus basset hound.
Slow.
It's
his little snipping mouth. Like,
so everything that you buy, and I'm gonna put pets in the same category as possessions. I know it's not the same exact thing, but
I know what you're saying.
it's close enough. There's the relationship that pets are our possession, right? We all agree it's not their own individual person.
Caesar's mine.
So
Peter would disagree with you, but okay.
I'm only concerned with the amount of joy the pet will bring to my life and the amount of work that it takes, and the what
the work has
will
gone up with an older dog.
What it will hinder me.
Younger or older, yeah, get him in the middle.
For instance, like if I want to, I told this to my wife. I was like, "What? Like we want to start, want to get this RV, the boat, and start doing family trips. To like, I want."
Are you gonna pull the RV and then the boat behind the RV?
I don't know yet.
You take the
I'm
dog.
planning
Do
this
that.
out.
You take the dog with you on the RV. How
My
is it?
wife said that
pull
too,
the
but I'm
car.
like, that adds an extra element
Then you
of
gotta
work
take 'em out in the
and-
middle of the night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
the
pain
middle
in
of
the
night. Where's the dog gonna try? Like, is the dog gonna sit in between both kids' car seats in the truck? Like, you know,
sit on your-
Put him in the RV, man.
You're gonna fall in love with him. He's gonna sit
No,
in your
when
lap
we
as you're driving.
when we pack the car up and Maisie's in there to go to the beach house, Caesar sits. Yeah, we put a little tiny spot, and
Well,
he just kind of stands there.
Caesar's a little dog.
Yeah, we
My
try.
wife wants a bigger dog.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so anyway,
she wants a big
so I started like
If
going
only you still had Oreo.
You got a 3-row seats, man.
all this
Oreo.
for maybe
Poor Oreo.
because maybe I'm not getting and experiencing the same like joy and love that other people are experiencing.
I don't
that's
know
a
when you
given.
get
That's
joy
a
and
given.
love.
With,
I know.
no shit. That's with your whole life. You don't get it.
Yeah.
I get joy. I'm
He's
just saying.
dead inside.
No, you
No,
don't.
I like.
sociopath.
I understand. I'll pet a dog. Like even when Oreo was with us for a day.
See, he admits it.
He
He
sat at the
loved
outside.
Oreo. He loved
I'm
Oreo.
telling you right now, Sam, they fell in love.
They
Like
did.
there's some love there.
I understand.
Man.
I'm like petting. I'm like,
And he loved you.
Get a
didn't
puppy,
he?
it'll all change, man.
Did you let Oreo kiss you on the lips?
No,
Yes,
I didn't.
he
Oh,
did.
he
That was
hesitated.
hesitant.
He
Let me guess.
hesitated.
You're one of the assholes that thinks we should forgive Michael Vick, right?
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm just like I'm saying to myself, what is getting a dog going to be worth it in the long run? And for like, okay, so
Be your son's best friend.
my
Yes.
argument to Samantha about not having kids is that she doesn't know the difference. Like she doesn't know. Like
She's great.
We
Leave
joke
it
around
alone.
about how kids are a lot of work, but honestly, it's
It's
for
amazing, yeah.
for my situation, it was literally the best thing that's ever
Yeah.
happened in my life. Like I love them so
That's
much.
not saying much.
And-
I have a 65-pound dog, and it's not a ton of work.
No. But if you wanted to
Not
just
just
go
for
on
you.
vacation,
It's for your kids, dude. It's for you. I cannot imagine a childhood not growing up with a dog, a childhood companion, a family dog. You need that for them.
I grew up with little Yorkies and Bichon Frises. Their shit piss all over the floor everywhere. That's how I grew up. And they eat my bagel bites and shit.
Whoa, your dog's got bagel bites?
No, I'd be watching TV zoned out and they just
No,
eat
that's
them
your
off
fault.
the coffee table.
You gotta eat them quick.
See, like, don't you want your little kids having a little dog?
No.
How
That's
much?
what you want. You don't want that, buddy?
No.
You don't want best friends?
Get a dog before your wife gets a cat.
Well, that's why I got two kids. They hug each other. You know, like there,
That's
that's
true,
your
yeah.
best friend. So I'm just wondering, is it worth it at the end of the day? And and
I can't say it's not now because Maisie and Caesar are best friends. Like that is her best
But
friend.
she's an only child.
She
too.
is an
Yeah.
only child. It's
beginning-
completely different.
You get your kids to take care of the dog. That's what you teach them
They
to do.
can't do shit.
Well, because you
they
don't
start.
let
That's
them.
where they
You
start.
fucking cater to them like Seth wants his girlfriends to do.
I know, but I also know myself.
that
Too.
just-
Wait, get your sons one of Seth's girlfriends.
There you go.
I'll do that.
Of course you will.
I missed that.
He'll adopt a teen.
So
A teen. She just turned 22.
and I've went.
Hey, boys, get on there. Somebody's got to go feed Bridget.
I've experienced.
She just like sniffing around my sock drawer. She didn't have any food.
Tina, meatloaf.
I've experienced all of dog ownership from beginning to laser treatment, and then the inevitable crying while they put it to kill it.
That's the worst.
Hey, today's the anniversary of the passing of Lena.
I know. That's.
I thought it was the anniversary of when she met Lena.
Oh, either way, it's one of those.
When she met
either
Lena.
way, it's one of those. It's a commemorative day.
No, I know. So I've been through it all. It was fine. It was a good experience. I, loved Lena, of course. But now I'm like now that I have the option. See, here's the thing.
Get a pig.
Don't get a pig.
Why? I was really going to get a pig.
Oh, no. There's no such thing as small pigs. They're all big pigs.
They
I've learned this
they
first-hand experience.
I don't want any animal.
Well, for the sake of Seth's benefit, we are talking about an actual pig. Just want to make sure that's not.
Right.
So
I call them other ones slam hogs.
Jesus Christ.
Because once you have the animal, like you could say like, oh yeah, totally worth it. You already have it. It's like you love it. You have it. So I feel like your perception is skewed by the fact that you have. If Caesar didn't exist, then
it'd be just fine.
Yeah. So that's the problem.
And he's also super duper rare. Like he's a weirdo dog.
And if we end up just rescuing a dog, like my wife found Oreo, and then the owners never came and claimed it. Then it's like, it is what it is. Now we have this dog because I'm not going to give it to the pound or whatever. It's like, okay, we're taking care of this dog.
Fell in love with him that night.
So would you diper it for the rest of the time?
I would. Oh, I thought about it.
You know what he did with Lena?
By the way, don't they make like a diaper that's like the color of the fur? Because I feel like it's more embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, the white.
No, he's right. It's like black people on Band-Aids. It's like, why don't we have them?
Yeah.
Like that's
different colors,
that is definitely an oversight. Like a white diaper and a black dog looks weird. You should make a black diaper.
Yeah, because it's embarrassing having the white diaper when I'm out with Oreo, and then is your dog?
Look at him fantasizing about being out with Oreo.
I know. They fell in love. I had no idea the impact that this dog made on your life.
And then other real men are looking like, oh, you put your diaper on the dog. Little
baby gonna go pee in his diaper.
Make a black diaper.
But then if he's got a black diaper on, then somebody has to really get up on him to see it, and then you're like, yeah, he's an athlete. Like it's a Speedo, he swims.
Let's do a voicemail or back to email.
Yeah, we do a voicemail. Let's try.
Email, voicemail.
What did we do? Oh, we did voicemail. Let's do email.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, it says this past Thanksgiving weekend was a full "it's happening, there it is" moments. I think you guys would enjoy. I'll try to make it quick. My wife and I were invited to the neighbor's house for Thanksgiving, as any immediate family of ours lives out of the state. When dinner was ready, the matriarch of the family gathered everyone for the blessing and immediately followed with, "Would anybody like to say what they're thankful for?" I don't know if it was more awkward that she said it or the fact that it was dead quiet. Nobody talked and everybody just started grabbing their plates. The next
That's awesome.
Why is that so awesome to me?
That is awesome.
The next "it's happening" moment was the following Sunday when my best friend was throwing a birthday party for his son at Dinosaur World, where he has an annual pass for the family. My buddy was hungover, and Plant City has some fucked up law that there is no beer sales until 1. Party started at noon. As we watched his son pan for gemstones, I tried lightening the moment by saying how cool the setup looked, to which he replied, "I just threw away the goddamn gemstones from the last time." The last one was actually when my wife brought home the $15 snowflake projector from Walmart to put on the side of the house. I know for sure our neighbors hate us now. Sorry about the long email, just thought it might be funny. Also, I was the BDM in the studio a couple of weeks ago that shook a turd out of his pants. I was just too nervous to talk about it on air.
What?
Anyway, sucking fat tits.
Oh, I thought he did it here. I was like, you motherfucker. I'll kill you for this.
Maybe you have to find that turd, yeah.
I was like, yo, Butler, we have to stop the show. Everybody out.
Nobody's
I got to find a fucking turd. Everybody fucking out.
Dinosaur
I put
World.
on a full Heisenberg, the whole outfit. I'm walking around like,
You know what?
looking for turds.
This reminds me of something, and I don't know if anybody here has been to like a funeral or a service for someone, and when the person gets up and then like does their
you gotta
speech,
have a plant.
and then they say,
Would anyone else
would anybody else like to say a word?
Yes.
Because guess what? No one likes public speaking.
You gotta have a
So
plan.
have it planned. Just like have it planned. Don't just ask the
randomly.
crowd, because then when no one does it,
It gets
makes
kinda sad,
more
yeah.
awkward and sad and disrespectful to the goddamn person who died, because everybody everybody's like, oh shit, because like if no one has a plan, who's gonna go up there and improv something at a funeral?
Yeah,
like people don't want to
do
that.
You know that my mom took that out of my dad's service? That part.
She's smart.
Because you were there. Remember, they called me up. I said something.
Haven't planned out.
They wanted me to say, would anybody else like to speak? We left it with my joke that everybody was on a happy note, and then we said, we're fucking out of here. We're done. There's no more.
Smart way to do it.
Yeah.
You know who does it the most? Old people love doing it. Old people, because they have no they've lost any embarrassment to public speaking because they're old, and so they don't even understand that other people don't like it. So they're saying all these things, and then they're like, "Who else wants to speak?" And then everybody else is like, "Oh shit!" And then you feel the tension, like,
yes,
because then no one's doing it, and you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Then the people that really love the person that's dead feels guilty because they're like, "I should say something." Then like some aunt will get up there.
I play checkers with Clyde.
And then you're like, "Oh, this is ruining it. You're ruining it."
And then they get up there, but they felt pressured into it.
Yes,
and they're in no condition to do it because
No.
they're literally having a meltdown in their brain. So then they start talking and they're like, my sister. And then everybody's, and it's like, don't do it.
No.
You know what? Just don't even have a funeral. Don't even have a service. It's the person's dead. Move on.
Plan it out. Plan the speakers
Everyone write
out.
what they want to say on my Facebook and just say a bunch of shit.
Did you guys set up that feature on Facebook now where you can like put, like if you go into settings and you're looking
Big
through.
Tim put me as their.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was a whole bit.
As what?
As the person that's now will take
in
over
charge of
his account if he dies.
Oh God.
I told him, I'll keep your memory alive, or I'll forget. I'll forget my password.
You forget everything.
Check it in a Big Tim.
I'm gonna ask Noah Hathaway for mine.
Is that his name?
That's Atreyu.
That's Atreyu. I would just want to call him Atreyu. I still haven't seen him. Sam sent it to me. I want to see. I want to see what he looks like here. Hold on, I'm gonna find Atreyu. Did you see him yet, TC?
No. I remember when he looked like.
Here's his Instagram.
As a kid.
All right, pulling him up.
Whoa.
Well,
He's ballooned up a little bit.
That's not him.
Oh, okay.
There he is.
All right. Yeah. Okay, he's got the mohawk, and then is he smoking cigarettes or dope?
No, he smokes weed.
Okay.
Because he commented on mine with my CBD weed. He's like,
He's a punk. He likes Black Flag and the Exploited.
Oh, well, he's cut up.
There's my tattoo.
Where?
Left.
Oh, right there. Yeah,
He
there it
definitely
is.
wants to suck your dick.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a tattoo of a cat on fire right above his penis.
Oh, you could press your diaper tattoo.
That'll look nice. It's a tat on tat. Look, this cat's eating a hot dog out of my butt.
Then I'll be like,
the cat and the dragon can become friends. Yes.
I wanted to jack off to the teens, and now I got this somehow on there. I shouldn't have said that.
I know. Really, that's a great time. Great ending.
No, don't.
We're gonna end it. Do you want me to do another voice?
I said it as a joke. You know what I meant.
Do you want me to? Well, the way that you said it,
the way you said it was.
I turned to get our exit music, and you said that, and I'm like, well, I mean, here we go, and here we go. Do you want to do one more?
Yeah.
Just to cleanse the palate here. Okay, let's try this one.
Hey guys, Josh here. So I'm in Connecticut for the weekend, and I end up going to a comedy show. And I'm sitting down at my table, and there's a group of 4 that shows up late, first mistake. And they were the trifecta of shitty guests for a comedy show. First off, they're talking. Whatever, you're going to have some mild conversation. I can get over that. Second, the one chick's phone keeps going off, and she refuses to silence it. Mildly annoyed now. The final...
That's my favorite part.
His phone's not going off.
And that's why I pulled this email. The fact that
It's a lane assist.
I love the fact that he got interrupted by his own that could have been they couldn't get better timing than that, right?
He refuses to silence it. Mildly annoyed now. The final straw was this other chick had a laugh that was so god-awful that I was getting angry every time he told a joke. Like, to the point where the headliner did like a 5-minute roast of her laugh. But I ended up leaving early because I just couldn't take it anymore. But, other than that, the comedian was great, the openers and all that was great, but my God, I cannot stand when someone has an obnoxious laugh. So.
Well,
I don't know why you listen to our show.
The laugh's not their fault, but the other stuff. Do people know they're a bad audience member?
Yes.
Or is that like?
I think it's a Corey Feldman scenario.
Is it like bad breath?
Where they don't know how bad they are.
She's just going with it. It's like, I don't give a fuck.
I always thought it was like almost like they know that they are, but
And they don't care. They're like,
I always thought a little bit of that. You know, a little. It's a narcissist sort of. You know, like you don't care. You're being selfish. You know, I'm part of the show.
That,
you
I
know,
could see
like
that. I
like
think
there are a
they're
lot
part
of
the show.
guys that
they want to get
I've-
attention for the part.
I've even noticed it when we've done live podcasts that there will be people that laugh like deliberately, like really crazy, loud, and weird. And I'm like, that's not a real laugh.
Attract attention.
Yeah, I think so.
But the people that are like talking and like they have no recognition of their own phone or the noises they're making
Yeah.
or whatever, like they have no idea
They're
that
not self-aware.
They're not self-aware, right? That's the problem, and then that's something that the way they're wired, right?
Yeah,
There's people like that at the gym a lot that just talk like to their on the phone when they're at the gym, just like loud as hell, and everyone's just like staring at them like, bro, you're in the fucking gym, you're screaming on the phone.
What
are you
is
doing?
that self-awareness that people don't have? It's bizarre, right?
It's a
like
spectrum, I
stupid.
think.
It is.
Yeah, it says,
No,
like,
it is. It's a
stupidity.
spectrum of not getting
Stupidity.
social cues. Like, this is not appropriate to do.
Yeah, like they're wired. They're not doing
them,
it on
it's not a
purpose.
problem,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I think I had that at that restaurant, honestly. Like when I had the issue.
That dude
with the guy that brought his dog and he was
the
watching,
dog issue.
Yeah, and he was watching like live, TV on his phone. He's
Zero
loud as hell. Like,
awareness, yeah.
I just feel like because it didn't come off like like fuck everybody here. It more came off like this is just me and I'm just here.
He
I'm
just didn't even realize
I'm just
it
doing
was
it.
a-
I'm
a
just
shitty
I'm having
thing to
dinner
do.
just like you,
Just
buddy.
living my life, bro.
Like, I feel like if I
Yeah.
could have if I could have looked him in the eyes, I kind of feel like he would have smiled at me and been like, "Hey,
Yes.
you having a good night?" You know, like
You're like, this is hilarious.
yeah,
isn't it?
like not even knowing that's even a thing that people don't like.
So this is the weird part to me now, like because I have flaws, obviously,
We all
lots
do.
of them. But people tell me about them all the time. So then I know that I have them. So I'm cognizant that I'm doing these flaws when I'm doing them, even though I'm wired like it. I can't help myself. But I know that it's happening. Do these people that are bad audience members for sure have been yelled at or have been kicked out or have been told to shut up or like throughout their lives at one point in time.
100%.
So then is it when they're told like, hey, be quiet, you're being loud or whatever, are they like, whoa, are they shocked? And then next time, do they even think back at that like, hey, that last time I was leaving my phone on, like people were telling me to, or
No, I think it's like goldfish. Like
you
they
just forget.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Have you ever?
It's not that bizarre because you do that all the time.
Have you ever tried to
That's
correct
true.
something that you would consider like a detriment, and then you do it for like 2 days, and then eventually just you go back to what you?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
that's your
yeah.
natural
Yeah,
way
yeah.
of thinking. Yeah.
I guess it depends.
Sounds
on,
horribly sexist, but my wife, she
No.
never rolls up the fucking vacuum cleaner wire. Like, it's like, I tell her,
Wait a minute.
That's
Wait
it
a
fucking
minute.
right.
Wait a minute. Does she just put the vacuum in the closet and throw the?
It just leaves it out. It just leaves it out, and the wire's all showing. I'm
What,
like, are you
like
done?
she
She's like,
whole
I'm going to use it
vacuum?
later. And I'm like, no, you're not.
She
You're
vacuums
not.
and then just stops it where it's at, and like, well, I'm all done.
Turns
Yeah,
it
it's-
off and then just walks away.
She doesn't put it around the clip on the top, clip on the bottom, clip top,
nope,
and then
That's annoying.
None of that.
That's an act of service that should be done.
I
And you got
kinda-
to start high. You can't go low. You gotta.
I like the idea. Or do you figure eight?
No, never.
I used to
Figure
figure
Not unless
eight.
it's an
I don't
N64
anymore.
remote.
Old people figure
I
it.
figure eight
Old
because
people
I figure
Yeah, I
eight
feel like
because
figure
there's
eight. What does that mean?
okay, a few centimeters. If you figure eight,
What does that mean?
Tom's never vacuumed a day in his life.
No, I have
I have
before.
determined if I figure eight that I can squeeze in a few more centimeters and I can get that clip on the cord right at the tippy top. If I don't figure eight, the clip of the cord goes to the bottom and then it gets knocked off.
First of all, who has plugs in? Like I have a cordless freaking one that plugs in.
Oh, your carpets must be fucking
I don't have any,
disgusting.
first of all, I don't have carpets. I have all hardwood. In my
real
hardwood
hardwood or planking?
Real hardwood from 1936.
Oh wow,
original hardwood.
You know what's
that I redid.
impossible?
That my dad
Your
and I
teens
did.
would like it better on their knees when they're on carpet.
Try to wind a pressure washer fucking cord like a water the water line, the pressure washer wire. It's too rigid.
Yeah, it is.
You can't wind it. It ends up where one
I just cut it.
one piece is
I
sticking
cut
out.
it with a Rambo knife. I go buy a new one every single time.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Seth, got anything going on in your gym?
I have nothing going on.
Are you crying? Are you crying? Oh, I thought you were crying.
No, I wasn't crying.
What's wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. I was laughing. I'm fine. No, just follow me on Instagram at Silverback Seth. There's really nothing else going on.
Are you the?
There was.
Because his fight.
I would have something great to promote. Okay, here's the real reason I'm depressed is because I had 3 goals by the end of the year when I turned 40. I just turned 40 end of the year.
Wow.
My goal was to compete in a karate tournament, which I haven't done in 27 years, which I did. My goal was to do a karate test, which I haven't tested in 27 years, which I just did last weekend. That was 2 of my goals. And do a grappling tournament, all while I turned 40. And to not reach that 3rd goal really is depressing to me. And I'm a person that whenever I have my goals set, I do them and achieve them. So it bummed me out.
I mean, we could do a fight right here between you and Butler.
Yes.
And
Grapple
referee
Butler.
Tom, I'll video it. I'll call it.
You
want to kick the shit out of your fucked up knee?
Well, they're both fucked up. That's the fucked up
Get
thing.
them both.
Right, I got 2 targets now.
Yeah.
I feel like with even 30% strength, him kicking you with that big rock toe he's got that he kicked a baseball bat in half with,
oh my God.
would kill you instantly. Right? Like if you're able to kick a baseball bat in half with your toe, you could kill a human, right?
Yeah, I think so.
No problem.
I can definitely crack a rib with it. Like if I kick
No, I
someone.
think if I stood here, if I was standing right here and you reared back and kicked me in the head, I think you killed me.
Yeah.
You know, like with the toe. Like I think there'd be blood.
Yeah, if you you'd
crack your fucking
There
skull.
will be blood.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be
I
a
would aim
different
for your-
person
I
when
would
you
aim
woke
for
up.
Oh yeah, and I'd be doing goof duck adventures.
He doesn't listen to any of the shows, by the way.
I know.
He just comes in the Twitch chat to plug
to
his
plug
shows.
his gigs. Yeah.
Go see Melodic Descent tomorrow night, Saturday at Johnny's, 7:30 to 10:30.
Oh, nice. Get that 5-stack.
Yeah, get the
Somebody
5-stack.
get it. Somebody try that burger and tell me how it is because I want one so bad. Not
Send
on
me
my
a
training
picture.
table right
Sounds
now.
so
But
good.
it does sound so good, but I'm
sounds
not
pretty
eating
good.
that kind of stuff right now. You know, like
Split it with somebody. It's fine.
like it's.
What's
like
the point of
it's
splitting a 5? Then it's a 2.5 stack. It sucks.
Yeah, it's fine. Then
It's
it's
split it
less
with my whole
calories,
family,
right?
I guess. Huge.
Butler, what do we got?
I'll split it
here?
with you.
We got tonight, Tom and Dan Watering Hole. We got Brew Tap House from 6 to 1 a.m. They have their ugly Christmas sweater party. It's sponsored by New Belgium Beer. So they got some deals and some giveaways with that. Tomorrow night, obviously, we got our Ivanhoe Park Brewing Company. We have our Christmas event.
The BDM only thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
I feel
Fired.
like we've
How long have you been here?
2 years. I think.
Show up in force.
Yeah, it's fine.
Whatever.
If you're a BDM,
So we got
come on.
pint glasses with that, and of course, Melodic Descent after that. Go hit up that at Johnny's.
I love it.
Thank you guys again. If you want to sign up to become a BDM, that helps us and helps the show. And we're working on really cool get-togethers and parties for BDMs only coming up in 2020.
Yeah.
Also, foot golf.
Oh, yeah.
January 18th, save the date. We're getting all the celebrities now.
January
and we're figuring
18th.
that all out, but it will be in Sanford, January 18th.
Yeah, you actually have an idea that involves like one wheels or scooters and stuff like that. Then we're gonna have to work on that.
Yeah,
because I love that idea.
Well, I know Seth and Felicia you're going to be
Yeah.
a team for this year foot golf. We're getting together.
Wait, me
list.
and Felicia are pairs or were we separate?
That's up to Tom.
Yeah, you're going to be on the same team, so
okay.
if people can.
Oh, did you
He
want to
doesn't
compete?
want to be with a woman.
That's not bullshit. I was with you last time. I loved it.
Well, we didn't even actually.
watching you walk, and I was
Come on, man.
I was the best. I mean,
He was literally shitting his pants at every kick.
yeah, I did have to shit a lot. I had to fart. I had fart.
Every kick, it was like, and I'm like, come on, man.
Felicia, she got the UFC star power here.
She just got married, by the way.
Yeah, she got married last
I
week.
just saw
congratulations.
photos.
That's
It's
awesome.
Great.
Really, I just paired you with Felicia because
Oh,
we didn't
I
have the
felt
room.
sorry for the old man.
yeah. I was like,
You put us both against each other and have people bid. Now I'll bid. I'll
Yeah, because
you
you'll bid on yourself, and then some
Damn.
And
teen
by the
will
way-
show up with a mustache. I bet on Seth
and I will also throw in that free TV I got with my car.
Nice.
Oh,
No, that's a good pot
Get
sweetener.
a free afterthought TV, a Westinghouse, 36-inch.
Juan in the chat room says that he needs Felicia on his team because he can't kick with gout knees.
Oh, wait, Juan has gout too, or you have gout? Oh, you have gout.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought
Possible
I thought
gout.
Juan was saying he had gout.
I mean, it's not impossible, really.
I mean, it's in there somewhere. Just hasn't shaken its way down to your knees yet.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's floating around in your shoulders. They don't get there.
I should have gone.
No, that's the thing about Juan. When you test his blood, like everything is fine. He's like, he's like
Fucking
healthier than all of us.
He's like superhuman. He's a wizard.
Pisses me off.
All right, guys. We will see you next Friday.
Yep. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.